Hi, Scott here from X Factor Cars, Southland's V8 specialists, stockists of the South Island's biggest selection of Holden HSV, also with a wide range of everything Ford, FPV and classic American muscle. With an in-house finance specialist, we can tailor build a package to suit each and every budget, from no deposit, structured payments and up to 60-month terms. If we don't have it in stock, our team will search high and low to find what you want. Check out our testimonials, xfactorcars.co.nz.
Right, I'm here with current 3NZ Ian Burson, mate. Back at Huntly, happy hunting ground for you for the New Zealands earlier on in the year.
Yeah, no, we had a good run here, Billy. 3NZ, not quite the one that we're all after, but hey, 3 was good enough, and pretty stoked. There's no damage to any of our equipment and whatnot, and yeah, we had a great weekend. Good
to be back. Long haul.
Yeah, long haul for the lads. I winged it, but yeah, we had a bit of an unfortunate scenario there too. I only just made it. Yeah, so thanks to Jetstar, really. They come to the party. It wasn't quite a corporate flight, but they got us here. So Air New Zealand let us down and Jetstar nailed it. So bit of advertising for them.
Aside from having some good luck here, what do you think of the place?
Oh, great place. Good atmosphere, good people. Good competition, great racetrack. You know, the Reds team put a lot of time and effort into the sandpit we play on, and that's 90% of a racer's dream is to get the best sandpit to put on the best show. So the time and effort these people put into this place is unreal.
And what do you think about tonight's racing and tomorrow night? How do you think it's all going to go?
Oh, just going to take it as it comes, really. Yeah. We're here for one reason and one reason only. So we'll be giving it heaps to make sure that the honours go our way across the Inter-Islander.
That'd be nice to take that title back. Prove a bit of a point to the North Island drivers, you think?
Oh no, there's no point to prove. Everyone's like as fast as each other these days. You just got to have a little bit of lady luck and. You're right up there. So, the top 50 cars in the country, any one of those cars can win in these days because of the gear that people are running. So, you got to have a bit of luck and a good team behind you, a good track surface so it's racy, and good support from the crowds and whatnot to keep these clubs running.
And of course, you couldn't have made it up here, mate, without all your sponsors and your crew and all those people that have helped you, not just this weekend, but for the whole season, mate. Who have you got to thank?
Paul Hodson, Alarma Race Fuels, Tate's New Zealand, In-House Developments, Design Art Signs, Brooks Auto Painters, AT Electrical, Jack's Tyres, Debbie the Webster, Mike Perra Real Estate, Tony's Engineering, and Oakley's Plumbing and Drainage.
And just quickly, these shirts here, thanks for the shirt by the way, I absolutely love it. I wear it all the time. Can we still get our hands on these? How much?
Oh yeah, you can. Kids ones are $25 and adults ones are $30. Sizes are getting a bit slim, but there'll be one there to fit everyone. So yeah, most welcome to come down to the trailer after the meeting and we'll hook you up.
What size do you think Jason would be for one of your shirts? How much?
Well, I don't know. I don't think we went to 4XL, but he's actually like me. He's on a mission. He's told me he's got a few pounds to lose. So, he'll be looking good by come November.
What I was supposed to ask is it going to be free?
Yep. As long as I get a Pits TV one in return.
Good deeds, mate. Best of luck tonight.
Yep, and thanks to you guys for putting this together, Pits TV at Huntly Speedway. It's what it's all about, is to get our show on the road and get it out there to everyone, including offshore, offshore people, which, you're getting a lot of positive feedback. So, yeah, keep it up.
Good stuff. Love your comments, mate. Best of luck.
Cheers, man.
Right, I'm here with the 46E. Paddy North, mate, bunking with Owen Dixon this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know about bunking, but yeah, he's definitely brought our car up from the South Island for us, which has been bloody awesome actually. So yeah, we've been towing all around the countryside in their little trailer in the ute, so it's good to we've been able to fly this weekend, fly up, and Owen and the team have brought the car up for us. So yeah, no, we're bloody wrapped with that. So it makes life a bit easier for a change.
Absolutely, of course. It's been a while since you were here. I believe you were back here back in January for the New Zealands. Yeah,
New Zealand Super Saloons, we were here last, and we had an okay meeting. It was sort of other than a club night, it was the first time we'd sort of run the Super Saloon this season, and the only real sort of big meeting we've actually done in the Super. And yeah, the check was it was challenging to start with. It was very driving. We spent a bit of time unhooking the cars in there, but we had a pretty good couple of nights there. We didn't quite make the big race at the end, but certainly did okay in the quality that the field was.
It's good to be back in the Super Saloon though.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's sort of my passion. It's what I've always done. So I always look forward to getting back in it, and to be up here again and this sort of event with these guys. It's I've been really looking forward to it. So we'll see what the night brings.
Have you had a wee little meeting with your teammates? Is there a bit of a tactic as to what you guys are going to do tonight?
Can't say too much at this stage, but yeah, we've had a little meeting. Part of that was to our first we have it's like a pole shuffle, but it's not for the pole, so it's just like a one-on-one with another car. So we had to kind of pick grids for that. So we've done that, and yeah, we had a bit of a talk with the boys, and yeah, strategy's a bit different tonight because you're not out there for you to win for yourself. We want to as a team win the deal and bring the trophy home. So yeah, there'll be some tactics.
It's going to be a very close night of racing, don't you reckon?
Yeah, it's a really good field actually, like really two good teams of good guys, and it will be close. It will be really close. So yeah, looking forward to it. Bring it on.
And of course, mate, you couldn't have made it up here and throughout the whole season without all your sponsors, mate. Who looks after you?
Yeah, Helen and Paul Marshall, Marlborough Spray Co. Paul looks after the car, making it look good with all the paint in that. Greg Hiddleston Race Engines, he does our engine. Love Lady Race Cars, MD Freighting, and Auto Marine Electrics. And without those guys, they're just tremendous support because we could not do it without them.
Good stuff, mate. Well, we look forward to seeing you out there. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Right, I'm here with the 19C Suck It Up machine. That is Malcolm Nartai, mate. You've never been here in the Super Saloon before. Virgin territory for you.
Yeah, no, she's definitely virgin tracking this girl. So yeah, we'll have to give her a fresh round and see how it comes out.
Some good luck at Woodford Glen last weekend in the Super Saloon. You come away with a race win and a pretty night with the Battle of the Stocks down there. But turning our attention to the event here tonight, what do you reckon? Do you think it'll be good? Yeah,
it'll be definitely good. They say it's a bit of a teams race, but it's probably not the teams racing that I expect. But yeah, a bit of tactics being talked, and yeah, Steve Williams put the hard word in about contact. We're not meant to be doing that, so we'll just see how the weekend pans out.
You're going to be able to hold yourself back from making contact. You're in a different car, remember?
Oh, if they give it, they'll get it. But I'm pretty sure these guys won't be too silly because they know what I'll do. So, yeah, I like a bit of contact. Don't worry me.
Now, you didn't bring the Super Stocks up this weekend. What was the go with that one?
Yeah, no, just a big weekend last weekend. Everyone's a bit tired, but worn out. There's a lot of work to get them prepared to bring this far. And yeah, I pulled the pin early into pieces. No, we'll just leave the Super Stock at home. Young Asher Reeves has come away to give us a bit of a hand, and we couldn't bring Mel and Harriet and Melissa, which is unfortunate. They've been working on the car all year. So we're going to just give it our best and see what we can do with it. And yeah, that'll be a miss. But yeah, and Megan's not here. She's at home with the Mustang, and I'm sure Mustang will be keeping her in line. So yeah,
they'll be watching the stream, I'd imagine. Do you want to say good day?
Yeah, how's it going, Mustang, Megan?
Good stuff, of course, mate. You couldn't have done it this season on the Super Stock side of things and the Super Saloons without all your sponsors, mate. Who looked after you?
Yeah, well, obviously, hey, my company Suck It Up, we invested a lot of money into myself and the Jaden and Asher and a few others, and it really paid off by pulling Teams Champs trophy out this year. Meant the world to me, and it was just priceless. I have several other sponsors that I recommend you look on our Facebook sites and stuff, because if you say them all and miss one, they all get upset. But at the end of the day, I invested most of the money in. Dave Rosemont at Cylinder Heads, he puts a lot of time and effort into all my engines, and bit of a thankless thing really, because Dave just loves it, and you wouldn't get what you get if he didn't love the sport as well. So yeah, he's building us a new engine for the Super Saloon next year, and it's going to be a wee hot rod.
So you're going to have a new chassis as well, or are you going to keep the same?
No, this will be the last ever Murray Gorge race car built chassis, so I'll never leave this one. This is my bee baby, and it's only a year and a half old, so there'll be nothing better in the country than what we've already got.
Oh, good stuff. Good to hear, mate. Well, best of luck out there tonight. We know it's not going to be easy with not quite teams racing that you're used to. I know it's going to be easy for you holding back, but get out there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, we're just hoping to do some laps with these, a bit of practice for next year, the title, so it'll do me the world of good just coming away this weekend. So I tried getting out of it, but Ricky put his foot down and told me I had to come. So yeah, no, we'll get out there and enjoy it, put it on for the crowd.
Good stuff, mate. Enjoy it.
Cheers, buddy. Yep.
Well, a big welcome along to Huntly Placemakers Speedway for the running of this Fan Appreciation Weekend. Really cool to have a two-night meeting going on. And, of course, welcome to the Pits Media all the way from Invercargill. Great to have you guys up here doing the business and doing the job and providing a feed all around the world and New Zealand for those that want it. Brilliant cars we've got down the field. I've just been for a walk through the pits and we've got, I believe, some of the best available cars right now for tonight. And then again tomorrow night, second part of the test series. Camp Quality is something that we're going to be supporting over the weekend. And look, it's all about stress-free caring environments for children and friendships where they can have fun and all sorts of things going on. So for me, I think every time you can get involved in a charity, it's a really cool thing to do.
Right, I'm down here with the 58C. That is Richie Taylor, captain of the South Island team, mate. Have you had a word to your boys? Are you going to get out there and have a bit of fun?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do, is go out there and have some fun. Yeah, we've all had a good talk about it, and absolutely we want to represent the South Island the best we can, but the main object here is to race clean and put on a good show and have a lot of fun. Yeah.
What have you said to the boys? To what's the plan out there?
No pressure at all. Just keep driving till there's no cars left to pass.
That's a good tactic. That's really good. What if they've got a teammate in front of them? What about that?
Just pass everything. Just pass everything.
That's awesome. Now you've going up against some very how would you say, some very intimidating names in the North Island team. You've got former Saloon champions there, former Super Saloon champions, all those sorts of guys. How do you take the pressure off of your team?
Oh no, all our guys here, they've raced enough. They thrive on it. I mean, we want to go out there and run with the best guys that we can run against, and that's. The better the guys you race with, the better you get, and the more fun it is. So, no, it's far from intimidated. We're thriving on it.
Good stuff. We love to hear that sort of thing. Now let's talk about your season, mate. Fairly quiet sort of season for you down south.
Yeah, we've sort of had a bit of a hit and miss season. We've had some really good results, and then we've had some ho-hum stuff. But yeah, sort of been changing around the car a little bit and settling in on some nice setups now, and yeah, it's coming along.
You'll be excited to have the New Zealand Super Saloon title back home at Whitford Glen next year as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's already sort of hearing noises about people coming and spending some time racing down there with us and all that. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Same deal. I mean, the better the cars, the more fun it is for everybody, and the better racing it is for the fans.
Do you think it'll be a pretty challenging track for the drivers that haven't been there before? Because it is a little bit of an awkward track, I guess, in that sense.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely a track that you need to learn, but it's also a track that creates a lot of opportunities. So yeah, I mean most of the guys that run good have been there and turned laps, and yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be too far behind.
Good stuff. We look forward to it, mate. Of course, you couldn't have made it up here without all your sponsors and crew, mate. Who looks after you?
Oh, mate, take a look at the car. We got plenty on there. We got Suck It Up Limited. Malcolm, he helps us. Cylinder head specialists are fantastic. Edge Parts Performance. Man, we Transform Paint and Panel. We've just Fairview Fiberglass. The list just goes on and on. It's without them we couldn't run. So yeah, we're very, very grateful and very proud to represent them.
Got the 49M of Bodie Abramson here, mate. First year in the Super Saloons, and you get picked to be a part of the team. That must be pretty humbling.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, a bit of a privilege to be a part of the team, and yeah, happy to be here. So it should be a good night.
Of course, like I said, first year in the Super Saloon. How's it all been going for you?
Yeah, not too bad. We've had quite a lot of mechanical dramas with motors and all that sort of carry on, but yeah, when the car's been going, it's been going good. So I've been pretty pleased with how we're going, and yeah, looking forward to building from where we are.
Are you enjoying being part of the class as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I enjoyed Saloons, but I am enjoying the step up. Yeah, don't regret the change at all.
Now, of course, this car did once belong to Josh Bolton, who's parked right alongside you. Is he going to be giving you a bit of a hand this weekend?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, South Island team, so. But nah, it should be good. Should be a good weekend, yeah.
Of course, you're racing with a lot of very fantastic drivers in the North Island team. You know, you've got Chris Cowling, Brent Emerson, Martin Halcrow, Mark Hutchins, all those guys. You're leaning on them for a bit of support, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're all working well together. Everyone gets along, so yeah, we share secrets and tips and that. Yeah.
Of course, it's a fantastic looking car and sponsors plastered all over it. It's a beautiful car, mate. Who looks after you?
Yeah, big shout out to Placemakers and Placemakers Whittanger for their support. Without them, couldn't do it. Along with Whelan's, Coastal Campers, Mercury Bay Diesel, Fitting Waterways, and so on. Yeah, a lot of guys behind our team, and yeah, I can't thank them enough, really.
Good stuff, mate. Well, it's fantastic to see you here, a part of this fantastic event. Best of luck this weekend.
Cool. Thanks, Billy. Cheers, mate.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Saloon time. It is, of course, North versus South Saloon Challenge now. First couple of groups getting out there. We're looking forward to seeing it, of course. Now, the North Island team is made up of your 1NZ, Ethan Cook. Then we go back to our 2NZ of Cam Roygard, who's a Huntly local. We've got the 8M of Jared Fletcher. He's in that team as well. 18K of Chris Taylor. Then we go back to the 21H, the man behind this whole event. That is Steve Williams. We then go back to the 27S, Joe Ingram. He may be making a step up to Super Saloons next season. That's the rumour. Their captain, of course, for this one is the 46A, Nigel Ross. And then we go back to the 77G, current North Island Saloon Car champion. That is Daniel Cook. So the North Island Saloon team proudly brought to you by Holden Trade Club. We look forward to seeing them out there doing battle. We go back now to the high performance engine machining South Island Saloon team. The 5C of Danny Knight made up behind him. 7T Ivan Murdoch, he's heading out for this one. Then we go back to Ardian Scouten. I hope I got that right. I've been crapping myself about that one all day. 21T, Graham Williamson, he's the captain in this. He just rolled past before. The 28T of Barry Taylor is in this one as well. The 51I of Mark Dobson. 69I of Ewan Shearing. Then we go back to the 791E of Rob Flood. He's a former champion as well. So former champions in amongst the Saloon North versus South battle. We look forward to seeing them all out there. Now what's happening is they're split into 3 groups. So there'll be 3 heats tonight, as far as I'm aware. 3 heats or 2 heats tonight, 2 or 3 tomorrow night. Then we've got a pole shuffle and all that sort of thing going on for this as well. So they'll be all split into groups, North and South in each individual group. They'll go out there, they'll do battle, team points and individual points as well. It's going to be some hectic racing. The big wheel classes always put on a show here at Placemakers Huntly Speedway. Let's get out there, let's rip into it. Oh, I can't wait, let's go.
Well, a big welcome along to Huntly Placemakers and Tirapa Placemakers Speedway for this running of this 2-night meeting. And I tell you what, I've been excited about this for quite some time because we have got one of the best Super Saloon and Saloon car fields I've seen for some time. And then again tomorrow night we're rolling in with 40 plus super stocks, stock cars. We got some midgets, and then tonight as well we got modifieds and Ministocks and best teams as well. So as they roll out, it is just cool to have everybody along because this is going to be a great night. Night 1 of a 2-night meeting, conductive education. Of course, doing a big meeting down in Kiki the other week, of course, helping them out a lot down there. And then tonight we're going to do Camp Quality. It's all about helping families, it's all about helping kids, and it's all about having them a really cool, nice time away from the stresses of life that sometimes been them. The 7T, Ivan Murdoch, that's a spectacular looking car. And of course beside him the 21T, Captain Graham Williamson. Of course, big things happening down in Otago this weekend. Jason, the team from the Pits Media, drove straight past Rally Otago, but that's all right. We'll let them off. One of my old hunting grounds, one of the truly great rallies in New Zealand that I spent many a year chasing cars around the countryside when I was crewing. So what have we got from the Saloon Car Challenge? 1NZ of Ethan Cook out of Gisborne, the 2NZ of Cam Roygard, a local Huntly car. 8M Jared Fletcher, he is one of the 3 cars that have been under 15 seconds around this track this year. 18K Chris Taylor, he is always on the money. 21H Steve Williams, nothing more needs really to be said about him. 27S Joe Ingram, the 46A Nigel Ross is the captain, and the 77G Daniel Cook out of Gisborne. From the HP Automotive Services South Island team, the 5C of Danny Knight, the 7T of Ivan Murdoch, the 12C of Arjun Shooten, the 21T of Graham Williamson, the 28T Barry Taylor, the 51I of Mark Dobson, the 69I of Ewan Shearing, and the 791E of Rob Flood. Now, Super Saloon Challenge, the maiden medal North Island team. 2NZ is Chris Cowling. 7M, Emo, the GOAT, Brent Emerson. 19M, Matt Smith, current lap record holder here at Placemakers Speedway. 21H is Steve Williams. 24P, Martin Halcrow. 49M, Brady Abrahamson. 53M, March Hutchings. And the captain, the elder statesman of Speedway and Super Saloons, 96A, Lance Jennings. The South Island team is brought to you by 3NZ out of Nelson, Ian Burson. The 19C of Malcolm Nartai. The 27C of Trevor Elliott. 46E, Paddy North, great to see him back here again. And the captain, 58C, Richie Taylor. 95T is Owen Dixon. 861D, Ricky Bolton. And the 891C, Josh Bolton. They are the teams. And of course, we're going to get out here. It's going to be a saloon shootout. And it looks like we're going to start out with the Saloons. So the 2NZ versus the 28T, and they're going to be shooting out for pole shuffle and points. Wes Hughes is out there in the middle somewhere. I don't know where Wesley's hiding, but he's always hiding there in the middle. He's down in quarter 1 and 2. He looks after all the points. He's a man who follows saloon car racing all around the country and does a great job of it as well. Nice to have you along here at Placemakers Te Rapa and Placemakers Huntly Speedway. Our final hurrah for the season. 2 nights, tonight and tomorrow night. So the 27S of Ingram. I'll roll around this track. Cam Roygaard, the 2NZ. He will be first up. Steve Williams, the 21H. Him and Red Wootton had a lot to do with getting this challenge together. Steve's been a big supporter and charger of saloon car racing and super saloon racing and making sure North versus South Island challenges happen all the time. There he is, Wes Hughes. He's directing the cars like a policeman out there. Good work, Wes. In the right spot, lining them all up. Here are all your cars, 16 saloon cars that will go racing over the next 2 nights. 1NZ, Ethan Cook. Young man that won that down in Hawke's Bay this year. Jared Fletcher, the 8M, just looking for some help. Cam Roygaard in the 2NZ. The 28T is Barry Taylor. Some problems getting that pit gate shuttered. It's good now. Faster than a speeding cameraman. He jumps the fence with a single bound. How he didn't land on his Swedes beyond me, but that's all right. We'll let him off. Here we go. Orange is still on. They'll go round one more time. North versus South. This is called the Saloon Shootout. Roygaard, the 2NZ. Taylor, the 28T. Oranges are out. They'll go racing next time around. Flagman Wayne Bryant. Man with the biggest beard in Speedway. Especially for a flagman. Up the main straight towards Placemakers. Building a little speed. Taylor on the outside. Roygaard on the inside. Down at the Placemakers corner. Ready to go racing for the weekend. First fire and anger tonight. It's Roygaard on the inside, Taylor on the outside. They build up. They get the green. And Roygaard hits it. So does Taylor. Roygaard right down on the pole. Taylor in the 28T just coming to grips with the track. He's fighting with that steering wheel. Had a bit of a push on as he went into corner 1. Catches up on Roygaard. Roygaard's going to stay right down on pole, but he's opened up a gap. Here goes Taylor up the inside. Thanks for coming. Opened the gap up, does Roygaard. Drives back around him as they go down the back straight. So Roygaard made a mess of it going into Placemakers. Gone too wide. Taylor went up the inside. Then Roygaard comes back, but Taylor not hard on the gas. Looking for that inside-outside. Not there at the moment. Win goes to Roygaard. So Roygaard takes the first one. Out comes Steve Williams. The 51i is supposed to be against Steve. It's Mark Dobson. Car throwing a fan belt back in the pits. So these guys will shuffle them around. 16.8 for Roygaard. Not a bad opening lap time. Track's still a little bit sticky. Remember, they had lots of rain up here until lunchtime today, I'm told. Red was worried. So Williams will do the run on his own with the 51i of Mark Dobson throwing a fan belt in his warm-ups. So it's down there getting patched up as we go. Good to have Billy Hickey and the crew from the pits floating along. Poor Billy. He gets dragged all over the countryside, but he doesn't. Here we go. Williams will fire it up. He'll do a couple of laps on his own. The 21H Valvoline Saloon car of Steve Williams. Track's just a little bit slippery at the moment. A little bit exciting. Williams, gas down. Next 2 cars out, 8M of Jared Fletcher and the 69i of Ewan Shearing. So Williams should get the checkered flag. He will run alone. 16.4 for Williams. So Roygaard is 16.8, Taylor is 16.9, Williams is 16.4. Out come the next two. Jared Fletcher, the 8M. And the 69, Eye of Ewan Shearing. I'll do a couple. Jared Fletcher, one of the 3 drivers this year that have gone under 15 seconds around this track, breaking a 12 or 13-year-old lap record that was held by Phil Toogood for many long time. Currently held by Josh Smith, the 27B out of Bay Park, Hawke's Bay. So we go this time. Fletcher, he won't give up that inside line whatsoever. Shearing in the 69i, just a little bit wide. This track will be a little bit different. It's a brand new racing surface for them. No point going hell for leather. Fletcher being very sedate. Round through. Placemakers corner that time through. Shearing in the 69, that's a bit better. Gets the gas on, he swings wide, but Fletcher just being very cautious. Oh, Fletcher's let off the big smoke. Car's been doing that for a few weeks now, but not quite at that level. So Fletcher still with the smoke coming out. Fletcher run a 16.1, Shearing with a 16.4. So straight out on track, the 18K. Pops out Chris Taylor up against the 5C of Danny Knight out of Christchurch. But Fletcher, that car has been oiling up over the last few weeks, but not quite that bad. So Jeff Fletcher down here having a watch. Straight away, no mucking about with this one. On the inside is the 5 of Knight. Knight holding out Taylor. Taylor pushed wide. Good driving from Knight. He's holding his line. Taylor looking to go on the outside, trying to find a way round. Chris Taylor gets him on the outside. Taylor just round the outside, held his foot hard down, drove round the outside of the 5C of Danny Knight. Checkered's going to come out this time through. Taylor, simple as you like. 16.2 for Taylor, 16.7 for Knight. 77G, Daniel Cook. He's done a few laps around this place in different types of vehicles over the years. He's up against the 12C of Arjun Shooten. Now that 12C looked really good in his warm-up. He was getting a good drive on, getting good push. Car looked quite spectacular. Still the quickest time out there, Jared Fletcher, 16.1. They'll go around again. Saloon Shootout. Next out, we're going to have the Ministocks lining up for their first heat. Down at the Placemakers. It's the 12C on the outside of Shooten. Cook on the inside, looking for the green, and they get it. Oh, Shooten gets a good start, so does Cook. But the 12C, he puts it down. Oh, look at that. Wheels up in the air, hold it in. He has contact there. They get the rear wheels. The 77 of Cook, nowhere to go. Gives the left rear of Shooten a clip, but he's holding it down. Shooten. I said this car was quick. Up comes the wheels again, the big bicycle, but he's not backing off. This is what it's about. Cook in the 77 had nowhere to go. Nothing more than a racing touch. There it is, 12C. Takes it. Easy as you like, 15.59 for the 12C. 15.7 for the 77G of Cook. Straight away, on the money. Here we go. It's the 7T, Ivan Murdoch, and he's having a go at the 1NZ of Ethan Cook. 1NZ of Ethan Cook, he's off and gone. Puts the gas down through Placemakers, hooks up the wheel. He's just not backing off. Running for cover. Murdoch in the 7T. But Cook down into Placemakers. Backs it off, backs it in, gets a good run coming out of Placemakers' corner, rips down the back straight. Cook with a 15.5. Murdoch backs it out of there with a 19. Backed it off. 27S, Joe Ingram, the 21T. The team captain for the HPE Automotive Services, Graham Williamson. And of course, Holden Trade Club backing the North Island team. Ingram versus Williamson. Gets on the gas. Side by side as they go down to Placemakers. Ingram chucks the tail out, makes that car wide. Here comes the 21. Oh, he's got some shuffle in that car too. Gas on. Ingram, though, the Stratford visitor, holding out. He gets a bit of a sledge on, goes wide. Williamson looks to try and go around the outside. Not from there, it's not. One more to go. Ingram shuts the door on Williamson. He had a look on the inside, backed out of it. Down into Placemakers for the last time. Ingram out of Stratford. He's holding out the team captain from Wellington, Williamson. Ingram sneaks it on through. Ingram with a 16-2. Williamson. Cromwell driver out of 21T. Great place, Cromwell, in any time of the year. I'm interested in that. Cromwell in the autumn. The leaves turn all a nice colour. The wine's very nice. What am I doing up here at Huntly? Should be in Cromwell. 46A is next. Ross. Oh, gets the bolt on straight away. And on the inside is the 791 of Rob Flood. Flood holding him out, but Ross has gone right up around the outside of him. Just a little bit of track knowledge, I'd say, for being local. Flood trying to hold him down low, but Ross has that car ticked in quite nicely. One to go. 46A hooks up the left front wheel, gets it off the ground just a little bit. I suppose you'd call that car powder blue. Yeah, that'll do. Powder blue. Rattles around here. Ross with a 15.6. Flood running with a 16.1. So the shootout's taken care of. It's just going to sort out positionings on grids later on. We get ready to come out to the Ministocks. It's nice to have you all along here. It is. Huntly Placemakers, Te Rapa Placemakers Speedway. Welcome and thank you for coming out tonight. I know the weather's been against us a little bit, but it's coming right. And we're getting a great two-night meeting in. Hey, if you're interested too, the Checkered Flag Bar is normally in corner 2. Now that's where you get cold cups of tea for $5. Tonight it is in corner 3, the Checkered Flag Bar. And the Checkered Flag Bar is operating up there. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to be Ministocks here at Huntly Place. Welcome back to Huntly Placemakers, Te Rapa Placemakers Speedway. Ministocks out for their first heat tonight, 10 laps. We just had last weekend, the Future Speedway up here. We had over 100, I think 120 odd Ministocks out here, and it was a great afternoon's racing. Also had the Waikato Saloon car champs as well. Well, they've been rained off in the early part of the year. 4H is Keegan Van Lieshout on the inside on grid 1. 64H is William Adams. 21H should be, with a bit of luck, should be Rebecca Brown. Then the 99B. One of our visitors from down in Hawke's Bay, Jacob Buckrell. 81B, got to talk about this young fella. He's just 13 and he has... you look at the number, you think Keegan Bunce. Yeah, well, you start looking at that, a McLaughlin number out of the Hawke's Bay side. He's just 13 years old, and he has just come of age as a driver this year, doing a great job, the young fella, and a nice guy to go with it. Ryan Marshall, the 15H. He was crowned champion Future Speedway at the weekend in a big tussle with Luke McClimate in a borrowed car, but Ryan Marshall in his last season, the 15H, travelled all over the country, was just pretty much unstoppable at the weekend. 27H is Just Bird, and the 14H on the inside is Greg Capicjoin. 23R can be nothing other than an Ashton. Got to have an Ashton in here, and that's Caleb, part of the Ashton racing team. 10 laps, here we go, Speedway. And they get away. Van Lieshout gets off with a great start. The 99B dives to the inside as well. That's Buckroll as they peel through one. They're all a little bit tight and a bit pushy and shovey, but that's about normal for corner one here at Huntly Speedway. But out in front, Van Lieshout's got the jump. Buckroll in the 99 sits in second. Behind him is the 15 Marshall. A little bit of contact between Marshall and Buckroll as they go through Placemakers corner, just rubbing into each other's side rails. 64 is Adams. Then we go back to Capicjoin in the 14H. Then it's Bunce in the 81. Jet Williams in the 23A as they all sort of sort themselves out into position as they get racing around this track. Jaden Dredd in the 97H is starting to make his way through the field as well. Round goes one. That's the 63. That's Caden Barker. Gets all tangled up. 28H of Ayrton Hodgson. He gets spun to the infield as well. And another one parked down the 21H. That is turned up down in corner one. That's Rebecca Brown. So as these cars start to stream out, CJ Attenborough in the 43H, one of the young drivers that started this year. But it's Keegan Van Lieshout in the 4H, has the race lead at the moment. The 15H of Ryan Marshall, the Hamilton Collision Repairs sponsored car, is chasing down in second. Then we go back to the 99H of Buckroll. Doesn't look like he's running a transmitter at the moment, but that's his spot. Jacob Buckroll sitting in third. Then we go back to fourth place. The 14H gets passed by the 97 of Jason Dreden. 26 coming in there. That's Mooney. Where else would that be from? If it's got a Mooney on the ticket, it won't be anywhere else but from Wanganui. Kaylin Mooney got that car dialed up and dialed in the 26. 23 behind him is Jet Williams, the 23A out of Auckland. Then we go back to Keegan Bunce in the 81. 5 done, 5 to go. The race is hotting up out in front though. Keegan Van Lieshout in the 4 out. Under a bit of pressure from Ryan Marshall in the 15. Marshall looking on the outside as they come through Placemakers. Marshall not backing out. He's right out by the wall. Van Lieshout's not giving him an inch. Good racing from these two. Van Lieshout on the inside down into 1 and 2. Marshall looking for the inside out. Goes wide. Gets a rush on. 15H on the outside of the 4H. They are your race leaders. Then the 97 of Jaden Dreden is the third place car after getting around Buckroll in the 99. Still this battle's going on out in front. 3 laps left to go. Keegan Van Lieshout, Ryan Marshall, the 4 and 15. They go around the outside of the 43H of CJ Attenborough. Giving them racing room. Good to see from the youngsters. Down into Placemakers. Will be 2 laps left to go this time around. Keegan Van Lieshout has the lead at the moment. Marshall looking on the outside. There's going to be a split. If Marshall goes right around the outside, he does so. He's looking to make the pass. Gets on the inside outside of Ricky Hoyt. So the race win goes to Ryan Marshall, the 15H from the 4H of Keegan Van Lieshout. Jaden Dredd in the 97H is third. 26V, Mooney will come home in fourth. Then the 23A of Jet Williams, better run for him this weekend after his car packing a sad last weekend. Then the 14H of Greg Kapakajoin. 81B, Keegan Bunce will come home in 7th. Then the 23R of Caleb Ashton. 7H, Hamish Hambling will come home 9th. And the 10th was Xavier Martin in the 22H. Jess Bird in the 27H was next. Then the 28H of Ayrton Hodgson. Then the 71H of Chase Jones. 14th was the 63H of Barkin. 15th, the 95H of Whitaker. 16th, the 8H of Ricky Hoodtunga. 17th, the 64H of Adams. And the 18th, the 61H of Burley. And 19th, the 21H of Brown. Righto, as we get going, North Island Super Saloons versus South Island Super Saloons. Maiden medal North Island team, the 2NZ out of Tauranga, Chris Cowling. 7M is Brett the Goat Emerson. 19M, the current lap record holder here at Huntly Placemakers Speedway, Matt Smith. Now, he was a mini-stock racer out of here many moons ago as well. 21H is Steve Williams. 24P will be Martin Halcrow. 49M, Brodie Abrahamson, who lives way up the Whitianga. 53M, Mark Hutchings. And the team captain, the 96A, Lance Jennings out of Auckland, the grandfather of Super Saloon racing around the countryside. South Island team, the 3NZ. Is there a nicer guy in Speedway than the 3NZ of Ian Burson? Might pick for one NZ next year. Probably put the hex on him right now, but I think the Burse has got something under his belt for the Super Saloon title down south next year. 19C, Malcolm Nartai, more accustomed to a super stock, but doing very, very well in the Super Saloon now as well. 27C is Trevor Elliott. 46E is Paddy North. 58C, Richie Taylor, and he's the team captain. 95T, Owen Dixon. The 861D is Ricky Bolton. The 891C is Josh Bolton. Yes, I was choking on oysters, as you may well, Jason in my ear. Thank you, Jason, to remind me of that. These oysters are very, very nice and rather Moorish, so I can't help it. Good food's got to be eaten. Looking forward to next week as well. I'm taking a visit down to Nelson Friday night. I'm going to do some commentary down there with Jody Scott and a meeting. Righto, while we're warming up, we've got a moment or two. We can nip down the pits because Billy's doing some work. Rob Flood and Billy Hickey.
Thank you very much, Minty. That's right, I'm down here with former New Zealand Saloon champion, that is Rob Flood, 791E. Short drive up here for you, Floody. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, eh? You're looking about 7.5 hours. We sort of come across last night and got here about 2 o'clock this morning. It was a good drive. Have you been here before, though? Back in 2014, so that was a few years ago. Has the place changed much since then? I reckon the track's gotten a lot heavier since then, but no, it's still a very nice presented track. Looks nice up here, eh? And how was your run out there just previously? Average. I found the car very hooked up. I couldn't free it up. I couldn't get it to rotate and stay where I wanted. But the boys have tried to free it up a bit more, and we start on pole for the next race, and we'll see what we can do. How are you feeling about going up against these North Island boys? What do you reckon? Yeah, I think I've got the speed to run with them. I just hopefully the car frees up and we should be good to go. Surely you've beat some of them in the New Zealand title not so long ago, so surely you can do it this weekend? Let's hope so, eh? You know, we've had good battles with Nige and a few other boys and Steve and whatnot, and let's hope it keeps going for the whole weekend and we have some fun. Good stuff, mate, and a beautiful looking car, mate. Of course, you couldn't have made it up here without all your sponsors and crew and all that, mate. Who looks after you? Murray Mosley panel beaters. They've supplied me with a ute, which is great. One Stop Breaking Auto, Love Lady Race Cars, Repco, Radiator Services, Norski Fiberglass. I couldn't do it without any of them. Oh, and Penrod Oil, sorry. Good stuff, mate. Well, it's great to see you back up here. Great to see you out there. Enjoy the rest of the night and enjoy tomorrow night. Thank you very much.
Situated just 1.5 hours drive from Christchurch is Hanmer Springs, a small alpine village that has everything for the adventurer or for someone looking to relax. Stay a while and enjoy a bike ride through the numerous bush tracks, or relax in the famous hot pools. Take the whole family and let the kids take on the many attractions on offer. And to top off your stay, book now with Hanmer Holiday Homes, where there's a budget and accommodation to suit everyone. Call now.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
So Hutchings on the inside, Burson on the outside for the first of the shootouts. Abrahamson cars all back together, right rear changed. That's a big effort. The guy that was carrying the tyres, carrying the flat one back up, but he ain't running it this time through the pit. So Hutchins on the inside, Burston on the outside. The burst, the current 3NZ. Sparks coming off the drive line, as he always does with that car. Hutchins, no slouch either on the gas. It's the maiden medal. Oh, burst. Well, I don't know about you, but that's just sheer horsepower from the 3NZ. He just fanged it down the back straight. And he said, see you later, I'm off and running. Here comes Hutchins back in the 53, though. He's winding the wick up. 1 lap done. Burson. Hutchins in the 53 has a big swish at him going through 1 and 2. Nowhere through there. They'll come back through. Checkered flag coming this time for the burst. And he does it. Ian Burson takes it 14.36. That is a quick time around this track. 14.75 for Hutchins. Lap record here is a 14.30. Burson's just done a 14.36. Hot laps without dialing that car in too much. Straight away we're racing. Taylor on the inside. He's under Matt Smith, the current lap record holder. Taylor's having none of this. Smith saying, I've got the outside line. Catch me if you can. Down into Placemakers. Smith under a bit of bounce and push, but he's got the gas on. Matt Smith, the 19M, really working hard. Taylor trying to get on his inside. He's got half a car on his inside. Smith leaves the gap open. Taylor steps into it. Oh, she's all on at the moment. She's going to come out. She's going to be brilliant racing. Smith hangs on. Taylor had the nose of his car right up the inside. Brilliant to see. 27C will be out next for Trevor Elliott. The South Island, Brodie Abrahamson for the maiden medal North Island team, the 49M. Smith with a 14.9 best lap time, Taylor with a 14.8, so Burst 14.3. They'll go around once more. Abrahamson, the Placemakers 49M. 27C, the 5 contracting at Trev Elliott. Up the main straight, down towards Placemakers corner. Abrahamson on the inside. Elliott in the 27 on the outside. Lights are out. Looking to go. And they are. Oh, great start from the 27 of Elliott. He just shut the door on Abrahamson and said, no, I'm having none of this. Got from the outside straight down to pole by sheer horsepower. Shut the gate, but he's hooking up the left wheel going through Placemakers. Trying to make it a little bit hard for himself. Down into 1 and 2, get checkered flag next time around. Abrahamson not able to drag him back in at this stage. Down into Placemakers goes Elliott. Hooks up the left front, up and off the ground. Under he goes. Gas on. Elliott 14.7, Abrahamson with a 15.02. Still the quickest out there was the Ian Burson, a 14.36. Now the 46. Paddy North up against the 96 of Lance Jennings. Couple of wily old contenders, these two. A few haircuts between them. Jennings looking to try and drive round the outside, but North's having none of that. North holds the pole line, pushes Jennings wide. Jennings looking to get out wide, but North, he's not going to make any mistakes. Gently through Placemakers he goes. 1 to go for North. Jennings, inside out the DJ's Race Fuels car of Jennings. You'd have to do it wide, Lance, if you want to do it, because Paddy North is making that car super wide down on pole. North's going to trickle through. North takes it. Paddy North 14.9. Jennings a 15 flat. 8.91. Josh Bolton up against the 2NZ of Chris Cowling. Of course, Chris's brother Steve, the current 1NZ. Ian Burson, the other part of that podium. Looking to go straight away. Come round in. Gas on. Bolton. Not afraid to use the horsepower. He gets right out wide. Trying to do it inside out. He lost a little bit on the marbles out wide. That's the problem you've got with his quick shootouts. Cowling leaves half a door open going through Placemakers. Shuts it again just as fast. Down through 1 and 2. Cowling holding. Bolton looking for a way around the outside. He backs out of it just a little bit. It's Cowling. Slips through Placemakers. Down to the checkered flag. Done deal. Bolton backed out with a 17. Cowling with a 14.4. Just off the pace of Burson. 14.3 for Burson, 14.4 for Cowling. 8.61 Ricky Bolton. Steve Williams, the 21 on the outside. Williams versus Bolton. These two have had a few races over the years. On the gas early. Bolton. Yeah, very clever. Just going to hold his line down on pole. Make Williams go wide. Williams had to back out of it. Nowhere for him to go through from there. So Bolton down through Placemakers corner. Back up the back straight. 1 to go. Bolton driving really clever, very smart, keeping down tight on that pole line. These shootouts, you've got to make the other car go round your outside. Not going to happen from there. Bolton, a leisurely 14.7 with Williams with a leisurely 15.2. Out comes Halcrow versus Natai. This could be interesting. Right turn, you fellas. Back into a bit of stock car stuff. Going to go straight away. Halcrow. He's going to fall on. Natai with horsepower. Drove round the outside of Halcrow. The Suck It Up 19C. That's just grunt coming off the line. Now he's got the handling. Halcrow's got the wheels up. Bicycle wheel stands. Natai with 1 to go. He's pulling the wheels up. But down the main straight into Placemakers. Halcrow's backed out of it. Natai. He's going to hold into it. Rips out of Placemakers corner. Natai. He's quick as well. A 14.37. Fastest, second fastest car out there so far. Halcrow with a 14.9. The last two, the 95. Owen Dixon up against Emerson the Goat. Emo come out of Placemakers on the gas in the 7M. Held the gas hard down. Had to back out of it pretty hard in 1 and 2. Brings it back. Emerson just holding at the moment. The 95T of Dixon all over the back of his car like a rash. Oh, look, Emo's left the door open. Up the inside he goes. Dixon, what a pass. Pushes Emo wide. Emo comes back at him. Look at that. Take that. Now that's good shootout racing. Emerson left the gate open with a 15.5. Dixon runs a 14.9. So the three quick cars, Burson, a 14.36. Natai, a 14.37. And Cowling with a 14.4. Shootout's done 4. Look at that for a pass. Emerson left the gate open. Dixon said, thank you very much, Mr. Emerson. I'm coming through, and he did. Great pass on the last corner on the Pits Media replay that's coming out. Loving that. So that's the Super Saloons have done their shootout and sort out. Now we'll have modifieds out for their first heat of the night. Then we can get into some real racing throughout the night as we go on. We'll go modifieds, then Saloons Heat 1, Ministocks, Super Saloons, modifieds, and we'll rattle through as Red gets the water truck fired up and cruises around. We'll take a break, come back in a minute. Good time to get some food, eh?
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe big methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV over your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Hi, Scott here from X Factor Cars, Southland's V8 specialists, stockists of the South Island's biggest selection of Holden HSV, also with a wide range of everything Ford, FPV and classic American muscle. With an in-house finance specialist, we can tailor build a package to suit each and every budget, from no deposit, structured payments and up to 60-month terms. If we don't have it in stock, our team will search high and low to find what you want. Check out our testimonials, xfactorcars.co.nz.
Right, I'm here with the 2NZ, Chris Cowling, mate. Emotional times in the car there. We've got some methanol in my eyes, but all that aside, good run out there for you.
Yeah, it was good. I knew Josh would be a hard one to beat off the line there, so we got a good start and probably had a bit better line in there in the one. So car was hooking up pretty good. So yeah, we'll see. We'll tweak it a little bit from here, and I think the South Island boys won more than North Island boys in those shuffles, though. So we've probably got a bit of work to do.
Absolutely, mate. It's a happy hunting ground here for you as well. Of course, yourself got the 2NZ and your brother as well, the 1NZ back here in January. So you think you got a bit of an advantage over these South Island boys?
Nah, not at all, mate. Most of them have been up here, so yeah, they're good on any track, really. So generally this place kind of bites me in the arse a little bit. So I've had one good run in it. So I'm just hoping tonight will be stay clean and have some good battles with these guys. So yeah, hopefully put on a good show.
Oh, of course, mate. You wouldn't be here without all your sponsors and all that, mate. It's a beautiful looking car. As always, the Cowling cars look fantastic. Who looks after you?
Yeah, definitely. We've got the likes of Permapine on board, Taringa ITM, Base Up, Mix Up, Tune Up Automotive. Ewan from there does a massive job on the cars during the week along with Dad. So yeah, we keep these Pro X2 chassis looking pretty clean. So we easily spot out there on the track, I guess.
That's the one, mate. Thanks for your time. Best of luck.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Morning all. How we going? Smoker time. No, I've been. I have a beer, mate. Still working. Raspberry and Coke for me, thank you, Lauren. Busy, hey. All right, mate. I'll catch you up later on. Good to see you. See you. Oh, second flat tyre in 2 days. Here's my phone. Get wholesale tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people. The St Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you. For any powder coating job, no matter the size, Invercargill's powder line can deliver the desired professional finish. Specialising in powder coating and thermoplastic coating for any aluminium or steel items. Powder line services are suitable for both domestic and commercial purposes with 2 large ovens on site. Powder line can powder coat anything from mag wheels, car parts, gates, sprint car frames to house flashings, garden seats and aluminium window frames. With 280 colours on site for customers to choose from, we have access to thousands more, which are available by order. Give the friendly office staff a call to book your job in now.
Thanks, Billy Hickey, down there with Chris Cowling. It's a great job down in the pits for me interviewing. He underestimates himself. That is a wonderful race team. Of course, his father, New Zealand's Super Saloon champion as well. So, father and both sons have now had the 1NZ on their cars as they've gone racing. 119 Brad Lane, the 19H. Great to see the young lady out there, Samantha Lane. 193 Sid Ferguson, 4H Paul Hodgson, 53 Barry Hunter. 18R Paul Ferguson, 12S is Jason Kalin, 24S Carl Hinton, and the 21S of Newton George. Modified racing, Sam Lane. Great to see her out there, the young lady, 23 years old. Just a little dot of a thing, weighs about 40 kilos, ring and wet, sitting in the 19H for a gallop tonight. Brad Lane though, the 119, that kid is just on fire. One of the best modified races I've ever seen here was the Silver Cup earlier this season, where him and Jamie Foxx went wheel to wheel for 30 laps with no yellows. It was just a mind-blowing race. So on the front, Newton George, the 21S. On the outside, on the inside, Brad Lane, the 119. 12S, Jason Kalin. Brand new car about 5-6 weeks ago. Come into grips with that. Paul Hodgson in the 4H. Young man Ayrton Hodgson, his young son, who races the 28 Ministocks. They tow all the way down from Caddycat to Huntly as well. Looking for a race start this time around. On the gas. Oh, Lane slipping. George gets the start on Lane though, goes round him, but Brad Lane gets the big sledge on. Ferguson in the 193 has to get out of the gas. On the outside is the 24 of Hinton out of Stratford. But in front, Newton George. Gas on, Murray George Engineering. Name synonymous with modified racing no matter where you go around the country. Oh, 193 Ferguson. Concertina's the whole field up. Hinton slows up, Hodgson as well. 18 of Ferguson looking to get around the outside. Here comes Lane. Lane looking on the inside of Gorge. Gorge having none of that. Drag race down the main straight. Gorge gets away down into Placemakers corner. Gorge with the gas on. Now here comes Lane. A little bit of that water starting to bite down. Lane gets the left front up off the ground. Ferguson is next. Behind Ferguson, Hinton in the 28, then Hodgson in the 4, Ferguson in the 18, Kalin in the 12 with some problems, and Sam Lane takes some avoiding action and gets around that. Battle at the front though. Lane's got all sorts of problems with that car. It's got a massive push on going into the corners, just not performing and running. 13.8 for Brad Lane though. It's not running, and it's running pretty damn quick. Gorge still has this lead over Lane. 13.7 Lane at the moment, half a second off lap record pace. But Newton Gorge in the 21S doing a good job too. Now he's got the thing fired up a bit. Quickest lap out there. Problems for the 28 of Hinton. Just idling around the outside. 193 of Ferguson coming at him. Gorge looking to go up the inside of Sam Lane in the 19. Does it nice. Oh, Brad Lane. Big flare out. Flames and fire coming out of the Lane car. That's just straight out of the exhaust. Something's gone horribly wrong. He works his way to the infield. Smoke and stuff coming out of that car. So the 119 of Lane. White flag for Gorge though. He's done that easy. Gorge takes the win. Second coming home in a hiss and a roar will be the 193 of Sid Ferguson. Then the 4H of Paul Hodgson, 18R of Ferguson, 19H of Sam Lane, Brad Lane in the 119. Then the 24 of Hinton and Kalin on the infield in the 12S. But Brad Lane, that was a big flash of fire that came out from the underneath of the 119H. Newton Gorge, the 21S. That is a cracker of a run by him. Takes the win. Sid Ferguson in the 193H will come home in second. Then we'll go back to the 4H of Paul Hodgson will come home in third place. Kalin, the 12S, problems for that car. And the 119 of Brad Lane, that car with a big flare up of flame. 13.69, Newton Gorge. Lap record here is held by Brad Lane, a 13.01. Samantha Lane in the 119. Young lady hasn't been in the modified for a number of years, but just good to see her jump into a car, fire it up, have a crack. So Saloons. Ferguson in the 18R watching the Pits Media replay. Then we come around Brad Lane on the outside. Gorge goes underneath Saman Lane and Brad Lane goes right out to the wall. Big flare of flame flying out from underneath of that car. What great footage on the Pits Media we're running at the moment. Yeah, that was a pretty serious engine type fire. Red Wootton gets out there with a bit more. So Holden Trade Club North Island versus the HPE Automotive Services South Island. Heat 1 for these guys. Kalen, he's lost the right rear suspension. That's busted the whole rear arm that's holding the right rear wheel in. That's just dangling in the breeze. Well, bit of luck. We've got Billy Hickey. He's down in the pits. And he's got Owen Dixon down there to have a quick talk to him. Well, let's hear from you, Billy Hickey.
Thank you very much, Minty. That's right, I'm down here with a 95D. Owen Dixon, you're out there with Brent the Goat Emerson, and a little bit of touchdown into turn 3. Just talk about that one.
Oh, he must have touched me. I didn't feel a thing.
So was there contact or no?
Yeah, we touched. But, I mean, it was friendly touch. Nothing he wouldn't do to me. And he left a gap a mile wide, so...
Rubbing's racing, eh?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I was just over there having a chat to him before, and you went over and have a few words. What was that?
No, just shake hands on it. Hey, he would have done it to me. I did to him. You know, it wasn't. It was nothing. There was nothing. No menace in it at all.
No, good stuff. That's awesome.
At my age, I'm wobbly as hell too. So you know, he's got to take that into consideration.
How about being up here at Huntly, mate? Fantastic event. All of these South Island drivers up here as well.
Awesome. This is the first time here to race. The track is challenging for a first time up, but it's great. Look at the facilities they got. Awesome. Bloody great place.
Awesome. It's good to see you up here, mate. Awesome rig you brought up here with Paddy North as well. Good trip.
Yeah. No, pissed down all the way up. And I mean, it absolutely bucketed down. It was a bugger of a trip, but hey, that's what you do anyway. And look at today. Lovely.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for your time, Owen. Best of luck in the next one. We'll get these saloons out there and do some racing.
No problem. Awesome.
Take coming out of there, Jared Fletcher. The 8M has blown a motor. Jared Fletcher has blown a motor and he is out for the weekend. That motor has gone toast. I thought it smoked more than we've seen before. So Ashley Halcrow has her car here. She is in. So Ashley Halcrow will be in for Jared Fletcher. Changes coming through there. So just in case you see some changes, that's why. 12S of Kalen, that modified, that's just dropped the whole right rear out of that car. So the first heat in Angra, 7T, Ivan Murdoch. Very, very established peddler from down the South Island. 791, Rob Flood. And the Penrite sponsored car. Black and green, 18K. The Hydrolink 18K of Chris Taylor. And he races out of Kiki. Uppercut Firewood 7T of Ivan Murdoch. Cool looking blue paint job with all the metallic glow in it. On the outside, the 1NZ of Ethan Cook. The East's Outdoor Work and Leisure from Gisborne. East Light Carriers. Whole family of races out of Gisborne doing very, very well for themselves. 12C is Argent Shooting. That car was quick early on too from the time he's been out on track and dialed in. 51, Mark Dobson. He lost a fan belt in the warm-up, so hence he never got a shootout against Steve Williams. 28, Barry Taylor. A couple, Steve Williams, the last, the 21H, the Valvoline sponsored 21H, the big Mustang. Here's the man who knows everything in the world. It's Wesley. He is this man. Wes Hughes is a bloke who knows everything about Speedway, and he's the boss of all these saloon cars. Had the update that Jared Fletcher's out, and our young lady from Wellington, Ashley Halcrow, is in. Danielle Halcrow. I was close, thanks Wes. I was close. I knew it was a Halcrow that was in. Here we go, we've got 12 laps. The first time we're going to run in a little bit of anger. It is the Holden Trade Club North Island. Geez, I've said Holden so many times tonight, it's hurting me. What about some Fords out there? And the HP Automotive Services South Island team. Wes Hughes, manager of the whole crew for the weekend. 2NZ is Cam Roygard. 24 you'll see out there is the Halcrow car. They'll roll these cars around a few times just under the yellow, dry out a little bit of that water. When it gets colder, the water stays on top for a lot longer, so they're going to run it out with these fat tyres. Bit of work going on in the Burson car down in the pits. He'll be happy though. Quickest in that shootout. 14.3 from the Burse. .24. That's Halcrow replacing Jared Fletcher. He blew that motor in the shootout. I said it was smoking more than normal. It's more than smoking. It's toast. I'll go around once more. Annette Hutchby down here. She'll ask him if they've got 1 to go. Thumbs up. 2 on the front are happy. Chris Taylor in the 18K. Just throwing that car around a bit. You'll see the moisture sitting on top of the track. 28T Barry Taylor. 77G from Gisborne. Cook from down the back. Lights are out. We're ready for a race start. 12 laps. North versus South Saloon Challenge. Holden Trade Club North Island. HP Automotive South Island. Down at the Placemakers Corner looking for a race start. Flood on the inside on pole. They get the go. Cook on the outside trying to get the rush too, and Cook gets the big wind up. Man, he's got that thing runged up. Gone right out wide though, a bit slippery at the moment. Gone out towards the wall. So it's Cook from Flood. Halcrow is next on the track. Behind Halcrow is Shooting in the 12. So smoking down, and he is the 1NZ. He's got the bit between his teeth, and he's got the car dialed in. Flying lap for Cook, runs a 15.5. Flood in second. Then we go back to the 12 of Shooting. Halcrow on the outside goes wide. Up the inside of Halcrow goes the 51 of Dobson. No problems with the fan belt at the moment. Chris Taylor is next. Then we go back to the 7 of Murdoch. So some good battles going on. The 28 Taylor. Cook in the 77G and Roygard and Williams down the back of the track at the moment. But out in front, 14.9 for Ethan Cook. He's given this thing a fair old toweling, and he's stripping this field to bits. .14.87, new lap record for Ethan Cook. He's just destroyed the lap record here. So Cook is just flying on this track at the moment. Flood still in second place. Then we go back to the 12C of Shooting in front of the 51 of Dobson. Then it's Halcrow in the 24, Taylor in the 18. The 7 is next of Murdoch. 7th is the 28 of Taylor. 8th the 77G of Cook. Then Roygard, Williams. 24. Halcrow's dropped the transmitter at the moment, but Ethan Cook, he is just ripping this apart at the moment. Rob Flood's gone underneath the old lap record as well. Long way behind our race leader of Cook, but Flood's gone under 15 seconds. He's another car, one of the 4th cars ever to go under 15 seconds here. So Cook has the lead, and a big lead as he comes up and behind Steve Williams. 4 laps left to go. The 1NZ of Ethan Cook. He's got this thing on rails at the moment. Flood, the 791's got the whole back straight behind him. Then we got back to the 12C of Shootins. Behind Shootins at the 51 of Dobson. Then we go to the 24 of Halcrow. Halcrow is in front of the 18 of Taylor. Then we go back to the 7 of Murdoch and the 77G of Cook. The 28 of Taylor. 2 laps left to go though. Ethan Cook, Cook stopped. The 1NZ stopped. He's in Placemaker's Corner. He had mountains of go, but he has completely come to a standstill in Placemaker's Corner out by the wall. There's 1 lap left to go. They're going to leave it green, I think. He's stuck out there going nowhere. White flag is flying. Flood is going to inherit the win and does it easy. Second place will go to the 12C of Shootins, then the 51 of Dobson. Behind Dobson will be the 18K, the first of the North Island cars of Chris Taylor. Then it's the 7T of Murdoch, then the 24 of Halcrow, the 77 of Cook. 8th place will be the 28T of Taylor, 9th the 2NZ of Roygard. But new lap record. Flood's got under the old lap record, but Ethan Cook 14.7753. The old lap record was 14.95, so 0.2 of a second. He's gone under that. That is very, very quick. It's the 12C. I've got the correct pronunciation, Ardian Schouten. And we had a problem in the lap scoring coming up as well, so they're fixing it. Schouten. Jaden Dredden does a 97H on the 62 on the outside. Riley Kendall. Jet Williams, the 23A, they get a good start. We're going 10 laps in Ministocks, and of course it's best pairs today, fast and slow. The 62 is getting pushed all over the place. Riley Kendall, some out to the wall. CJ Attenborough, round goes the 71 of Chase Jones. So cars in all directions, they sort themselves out. CJ Attenborough gets re-going, so does the 61 of Chloe Burley. But they're all on the right track at the moment. Jaden Dredden has the race lead from the 23A of Jet Williams. Behind Jet Williams, we go back to the 4 of Keegan Van Lieshout. Then it's the 8 of Ritty Hoitanga. Then we go to the 28 of Ayrton Hodgson. Looking for where's he come through from all the way from the back here. Ryan Marshall, the 15. Bit of contact there between Hamling and the 7 and the 63 of Caden Barker as they sort themselves out. It's Dredden in the 97 has the race lead. Keegan Van Lieshout sits in second place. Then we go back to third. It's Jet Williams in the 23A. Behind him is the 28 of Ayrton Hodgson. Hodgson gets up. Around goes CJ Attenborough. She's spun up in Placemakers. Gets herself onto the grass and out of the road. But Dredden still has the race lead at the moment. Ryan Marshall from the back of the pack is charging out wide at the moment. Right around the outside goes Marshall. Van Lieshout in the 4 gets up the inside of Dredden in the 97. Marshall in the 15s right around the outside. 3 wide as they come out. Van Lieshout comes out. He gets into the side of Marshall. Marshall cannons off the concrete. Shower of sparks. Ayrton Hodgson in the 28's there as well. He has a bit of a touch and tag in the 4 of Van Lieshout. But new leader, Ryan Marshall, the 15H. He's come from the back of the pack. He's right around the outside. Gas on, gone red. So I think we're going to move the 43H of CJ Attenborough that's just on the edge of the track. Pretty exciting beginning to where we got to from there. So just looking at the pits media screen, looks like a suspension's collapsed in the thing of Ethan Cook. It's not motor at all. He's just lost everything, and it looks like it's the left or right front suspension's collapsed. Exciting little start too. Straight out, Chloe Burley gets cannoned off to the concrete right at the beginning. Yeah, they're just moving the 43H of CJ Attenborough, one of the young ladies that started racing this year. So just getting CJ Attenborough's car to the middle, the 62's in there as well. It was like a cannonball start. Riley Kendall sitting in the infield. There were cars in all directions as you normally have with Ministocks. 71H, Chase Jones, that number. 71H out of Huntly's been a Wootton number for years, and yes, that is a Wootton number. Chase Jones is a grandson of Red. Ryan Marshall, though, come from the middle of the pack from a grid start, and he just went right around the outside. Won the Future Speedway here in a great battle with the Luke McClimate from Tauranga. Looking for a race start. 6 gone, 4 gone, 6 to go. Ryan Marshall in the 15 gets a great restart. Gets the gas on. Jaden Dredden in the 97 in hot pursuit. Then we go back to Keegan Van Lieshout. Ayrton Hodgson in the 28. The 23A is Jet Williams on the outside. Hamling in the 7 arrives on the scene down into Placemakers late. Then we go back to Ashton's next on track. Oh, cutting through Mooney. Look at this thing come. The 26 from Nowhere Land. Kaylin Mooney has really got the bit going. Bit further back than Ryan Marshall on the grid, but now we've got the car going in the right direction. Still this battle out in front. Ryan Marshall, he's got round the other cars with 3 to go. He's opening up some distance between him and the chasing pack. Jaden Dredden in the 97 sits second. Then Keegan Van Lieshout in the 4. All over the tail of him through 1 and 2. Then it's Ayrton Hodgson in the 28. Hamling in the 7. Behind Hamling in the 7, the 23A of Jet Williams, the 26 of Mooney, and the 23R of Ashton. Down through Placemakers we go, side by side, rushing, raving, and it's a great battle going on between Williams, Mooney and Ashton. Mooney has to jump on the brakes through 1 and 2 to get out of it. 2 to go through our race leader though. It's Ryan Marshall down the back straight. Cranks the car in the right direction. Gets the white flag. Does the Hamilton Collision Repairs Repco sponsored car. Roy's made a mess of 1. Right out by the wall. Gets it back. Jaden Dredd in the 97s hanging on for second. Then we go back to Keegan Van Lieshout. Behind Van Lieshout is the 28 of Ayrton Hodgson. Behind him is the 7H of Hambling. Hambling all over the side of Hodgson. They drag race down the back straight. Hodgson hangs on in front of Hambling. Jet Williams will come home in 6th place. Then the 26V of Mooney. The 23R of Ashton. The 8A of Hoitanga. And the 63H of Barker. They'll be your top 10. But Ryan Marshall, the 15H. This kid's got some seat time, he's got some age on him, he's in his last season, he's got a couple of meetings to go, I think, and that's him done. But he's been everywhere around the country. He's podiumed at just about every track you could poke a fork stick at. And he's again doing Huntly very proud with the racing and delivery that he's putting on track as he rips through. So he'll take the win. 97H Jaden Dredd will be second, 4H Keegan Van Lieshout third, 4th the 28H of Hodgson, 5th the 7H of Hambling. Well, down to Ethan Cook, we can find out what's going on in his car. We've got that wonderful man Billy Hickey's down there talking the talk and doing the walk.
Thank you very much, Minty. Geez, I'm not that wonderful, that's right. I'm down here with the 1NZ, Ethan Cook. Mate, you absolutely ran away with it in that last heat there, but unfortunately you came unstuck with a couple of laps to go. Just talk us through what happened there.
Yeah, the car was going really good. We had the setup pretty much bang on. Unfortunately, we've had a part failure. It's just something that's happened, but we'll get it fixed and back out for the third heat.
Definitely fixable then?
Yeah, we'll get it done.
Good stuff. I've just been told as well that you unofficially hold the new lap record here for the Saloon class. That must be a pretty good feeling off the back of a pretty unfortunate heat.
Yeah, it's awesome, mate. It's our first time here this season with the new surface on it, and it was great. Car was awesome. I was a bit worried, coming into it with just having this new car, but no, it was awesome. Yeah.
0.2 of a second quicker than the previous lap record. Now that must be a confidence booster, given your New Zealand champs are here next year.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is a big test for us for next season, but I'm really confident with the car now, so you can't complain.
Good stuff, mate. You couldn't have done it this season without all your sponsors, getting the 1NZ and of course the GP title as well. Who are they?
East Light Carriers, East Outdoor Leisure, David Jones Motors, Coastline Concrete, IMS, Pultron, DJ Mac Automotive, Kamek, Castrol, and I'm sure there's one more on the back. Oh, Gisborne Hives, of course.
Thank you very much for your time, Ethan. We look forward to seeing you back out there for the next one.
Cool, thanks guys.
And there, that it's told us it wasn't a motor, it wasn't electrical, it was just a front suspension failure. But again, new lap record holder official. Gone back through my records, I can make that an official lap record here for Saloon cars is now held by the 1NZ, Ethan Cook, Dixon and Smith, Bolton and Emerson and Jennings. They close it right up as they come into Placemakers. Slow old pace, looking for a green flag, and they get it early on the gas. And it's Hutchings in the 53 looking to try and get up the inside of Bolton. Bolton's having none of it. He has to back out though. Oh, contact everywhere. Nartai's done it up. Turn round down in corner 1, the middle of the track. They're going to have to go yellow, and they do. Plenty of contact going into 1. Jennings in the 96 was at the tail of the paddock. He sat on the track. Cunning, see that? Now there's a wise old head. Sat in the middle of the track rather than pulling off to say we need to go yellow. So Hutchings. Bolton wanted no part of that. They were going through on there. Jennings coming in right at the tail of the field, had nowhere to go. Oh, he's gone clean up the Khyber Pass with some great gusto. The 861 of Bolton. Give him one up his Nerf bars for thanks for coming. Full race restart. As I said, Jennings got into the tail of Bolton, so rather than driving off the track, he just parked that car on the track, hadn't done a lap, we'll go full race restart. Bolton Hutchings, front row, last time. Hutchings got the jump on Bolton. Bolton wanted to not give away that pole line. Had no choice, though, as they went into one. Looking for the race start this time, 12 to go. Bolton, he won't lose it twice. Oh, Hutchings has got him again. Hutchings has done it twice in a row. He's absolutely nailed the start. So Hutchings gets away from Bolton. Helen Wotton's done very well. She's got some Pitts Media's oysters. So Hutchings out in front, leads from Bolton. Then we go back to Taylor, Ngatai. It's a whole front of South Island cars. Halcrow in the 24, he's got problems. He's just gone out to the wall. Nothing happening for him. He's going to try and work his way to the green stuff, and he does so. But Hutchings, the man from Mount Mauganui's got the lead over Bolton. Then we go back to Richie Taylor, Malcolm Ngatai, the 2 NZ of Cowlings next, then Matty Smith. Then it's the 95 of Dixon coming through in front of Bolton. Then it's Emerson. Emerson's hit the wall. Oh, Emerson's clouded the wall with the right rear coming out of Placemakers. Taking a bit of stuff off and probably a bit of tyre as well. And Jennings is still stuck at the back. But Hutchings is running away from this field with 4 laps gone, 8 to go. Bolton holds it wide, lets Richie Taylor through. I wonder if that's team tactics. He said, you go chase him, Richie. Ngatai wants a piece of it too. He's not going to back off. He sees half a gap in the car. Ngatai puts the Suck It Up 19C up into 3rd place. Then it's Bolton. Cowling is looking for a way around Bolton. Won't from there. And here comes Matt Smith as well. So Matt Smith, he's looking to do the round it up the outside, but it's not going to happen. Bolton's wide. Cowling gets up the inside of Bolton. He's pushing him out of there. Dixon in the 95's chasing through as well. Matt Smith stuck behind Bolton at the moment. But Hutchings with 5 to go. 14.7, 14.9 to the lap times at the moment. But Hutchings in the 53M got the start he wanted, and from there he's just run away with it. Richie Taylor in the 58C. Then we got Malcolm Ngatai in the 19. Then it's the 2 NZ of Cowling. Then we go back to the 95 of Dixon, the 19 of Smith. Then we got Bolton and Bolton. Oh, that 891 of Bolton. He's got all sorts of problems. He's keeping himself probably a car and a half wide, letting all the other cars through. Bolton and Emerson. Emerson's just high, wide and handsome. He's chucking the kits in sync and probably most of the back bedroom at the race car at the moment, and it's all over the place. But Hutchings in the 53, he's that tidy. 2 to go for him. Richie Taylor in the 58. Then it's Malcolm Ngatai in the 19. The 2 NZ of Cowling just in front of the 95 of Dixon. Then it's the 19 of Smith. 1 to go for our race leader. White flags out there. Hutchings dials it in through 1 and 2. The maiden medal North Island team are looking for a win, but it's South Island 2 and 3. Then we go back to the North Island's Cowling. Win's gone. Great stuff, Hutchings. 53's done that in a doddle. 14.49 from Hutchings. Richie Taylor comes home in second. Best lap time for him, 14.6. Ngatai, the 19C, third with a 14.5. Then the 2 NZ of Chris Cowling with a 14.6. The 95D of Dixon comes home in fifth. He's done a 14.7. In sixth place will be the 19M of Smith with a 14.9. Bolton, the 861, 15.08. Emerson, man, he was wild, high, handsome, and all over the place. 14.9 for Emerson. Jennings came home in ninth with a 14.9. The 891 of Bolton just went backwards. Problems with that car. Might be a job for Billy Hickey to go chasing on that. The 14.9, and then Halcrow. Problems with that car. He went to the infield fairly early on. But there's your race winner, the 53. Mark Hutchings, based out of Mount Mauganui, a regular visitor here at Huntly Placemakers Speedway. Done the business, 14.49 with his best lap time. Takes the spoils for the first Super Saloon North-South Challenge. The maiden medal North Island team. So North Island first, fourth and sixth. South Island second, third and fifth. update, round one of the Saloons. As we go, I'll give you the points straight after we've got on this racing and modifieds a go. Oh, look out! Ferguson gets the big slap from the 28. 24 of Hinton as they got the start. So the 18R cops a big one. Bit of moisture on the track. A car just set up sideways, and that was the end of that in a big hurry. So Hinton, he's going to take off to the front. Then we go the 193 of Ferguson, then the 18 of Ferguson. The 21 of Newton Gorge is there as well, the 12 of Kalen, the 119 of Brad Lane, the 4 of Hodgson, and the 19 of Sammy Lane. Ferguson and Ferguson, they're having a great old battle. Of course, we got matched pairs tonight, and I think those two have drawn each other as partners. So that's going to be a good battle. They don't take each other out. But out in front, Hinton, he's doing a cracker of a job. Oh, Ferguson's motor's just decided that it wants to smoke like K Road on a Friday night. Big suck of oil gone up somewhere in that car. He's lost a bit of power too. So Paul Ferguson in the 18s in front of Sid Ferguson in the 193. Then it's the 21 of Gorge. Bradley Lane in the 119. Kalen in the 12 just in front of Hodgson in the 4. And Sam Lane in the 19. 13.96 for Brad Lane. So mid-pack, Newton George in the 21. He has a bit of time on the grass, gets himself back on track again. 4 laps left to go. Race leaders, nice and simple. Tintin, the 24S, he's away in some of the area. So behind Tintin, it's the 190. We've lost the 18 of Paul Ferguson. He's had a moment, dropped himself back. So now it's the 193 of Sid Ferguson. And here's Brad Lane in the 119. He was having a shocker early on. Now the car's come back to him. Started to try and reel in the 193 of Sid Ferguson. White flag's gone out for Hinton. 1 to go for Hinton. Ferguson in the 193, stops smoking. Brad Lane gives him one in the back tyre for his trouble. Paul Ferguson in the 18s drifted wide. Gorge almost tried to slide through. Couldn't make it live there. All done. All done. 24S. Carl Hinton had that bit of tap and love as they got on the race start. With the 18 of Paul Ferguson. Got his way around that, kept it, went. Paul Ferguson having a good battle with Sid Ferguson, the 193. He made a mistake mid-pack though. So Sid Ferguson comes home second. Brad Lane, the 119, comes home third. Then we go back to the 21S of Newton George in fourth. Fifth was the 18R of Paul Ferguson. Then sixth, the 12S, Jason Kalen. Seventh, the 4H of Paul Hodgson. And rounding out the field, the 19H of Slamming Sammy Lane. But the Massey Ferguson sponsored Power Tool, 0800 Tool Time. Car of Carl Hinton, the 24S. Takes the win. Field Talk sponsored.co.nz. As he goes round, Saloon points, Heat 1. The South Island has amassed 132 points. And the North Island has amassed 102. Just an update, Cam Roygard has blown a head gasket. He will be back tomorrow night. So Roygard's out, blown a head gasket for tonight, but we'll be back racing tomorrow.
Okay, so with the winner of the last Super Saloon Heat, it is the 53M car from out of Mount Maunganui. That is Mark Hutchins. How did it feel out there for you tonight?
Oh, that run was awesome. My little shootout, the car stumbled a bit, so I was a little bit gutted with the engine issues, but it flew in that heat and I redeemed myself, the way I see it.
And what about the track? How's that working out for everyone?
It's drivey at the moment, but it's starting to dust a little, but it's all good. It's all good.
The season's starting to round out, of course, but how's that going the whole season for you? You had a good one?
Yeah, it's ending up pretty good. I was a late starter because I had engine issues at the start. I was slow building my car, but yeah, this side of Christmas I'm just getting better and better and better. I've had a great run at Bay Park, great run at Palmy a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, good run at Waikaraka, so yeah, I'm happy.
Of course, representing the North Island tonight, so the good old ding-dong battle between the North Island and South Islands always happens. So for tonight, what do you reckon? The North Island's out on top?
I've never been in this sort of thing before, so this is all new to me, but here's hoping, eh?
Still a
start.
Yeah, still a long night to go, and of course tomorrow as well. Good luck for the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much.
That's Mark Hutchins, everybody, the winner of the last Super Saloon heat here at Huntly Placemakers Speedway.
Righty, I'm here with Josh Bolton, 891C, mate. Good night for you so far?
No, not at all. No, we lined up for that one, and the water temp light starts flashing in my face. So, and then again on the restart, and it just kept climbing. So I pulled up, did a little bit of teams thing, let the two Christchurch cars go through, and ducked down a bit to try and block off those North Islanders, but it just got too hot, so I had to pull up and let the field go and not be too selfish and pull off. So it looks like we've done a head gasket, but we will line up for the next one. At least we'll get starting points for the team, run around the back and then do a few laps and pull off, I guess.
Good stuff. All right, we'll catch up with you shortly. We're about to go racing out there. We'll look forward to seeing you out in the next one anyway.
No problem. Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, Billy Hickey. So there's the problem with that car. Overheating, probably done a head gasket, but stranger things have happened to see. I'm sure there'll be a whole lot of reconditioners floating around who'll say we'll get this back on the road as quickly as we can. Remember those points from the first one? 132 for the South Island, 103 for the North Island. Wes Hughes doing a great job keeping the points and keeping all these drivers in track and online tonight. So lights are out. 27. Joe Ingram on pole on his outside. Geez, that's a great looking car. I'm loving that grey Mustang on the outside. Graham Williamson. Spectacular looking race car. Coming out of Placemakers, the gas is on. Williamson gets the Mustang fired up. Ingram on the inside. He makes that tail swing right out. Oh, look out. We've got the concertina. Oh, I've done the curse on the Mustang. They've all piled into him. She's a mess. He'll just park in the middle of the track. They'll have to go, with Cook stopped in the middle of the track, they'll have to go yellow. They will. Full race restart. Williamson with nowhere to go. Ingram chucked the tail of that car out big and wide. 28. Barry Taylor goes straight to infield. 69's going there as well. Ewan Shearing. So hopefully it's not two South Island cars out. Oh, contact all over the place. That Williamson Mustang, I hexed it. That was my fault. Commentator said it and wrecked it. I'll take full responsibility for that. Down interview to Billy Hickey. He's got Cam Roygard.
Okay, so I'm with the current 2NZ of the Saloons. It is Cam Roygard. He is a Huntly boy himself. So Cam, unfortunately out for the rest of the night. What's the issues with the car?
Yeah, blew a head gasket at the end of the race. So yeah, that's our night done, but we'll be back tomorrow.
You're pretty young, so you haven't been racing for long over here, like 3 years. So pretty good to get up on the 2NZ. What's your season been like?
Yeah, well, start of the season's was real good actually. Like obviously, new car moved up into that this season. And yeah, just had a real good run at the New Zealands and lucky to come away with 2NZ. But since we had the 2NZ, luck sort of turned a little bit. Had a blown engine and a bit of trouble since we got that back. But
yeah, the luck just not happening tonight. So a head gasket, what's that going to throw you guys back? A bit of damage, obviously a lot of work overnight for you and your team?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're pulling it apart now. We got the parts to fix it, so we'll be back tomorrow.
There's a reason why you carry the 2NZ though, so you'll be back tomorrow night, obviously getting harder and faster. That's the plan, yeah?
Yeah, it's the plan, yeah.
The current 2NZ, everybody, that is Cam Roygard. Of course, the Huntly boy, we'll see him back tonight. Not tonight, back tomorrow though, but you'll see him back out on that track doing what he does best. Thanks, Cam.
Cheers.
The big workshop over there in Karapiro, they'll have that car fixed up, flashed up, nuked up, and all sorted up in a real hurry. So that'll be going for us tomorrow. So they're still sorting some of these cars out. Oh, the pits media replay, great footage. That's of the 5. Man, he was just launching over the back. That was of Danny Knight. Clipped one of his own teammates. The 28 of Barry Taylor, nowhere to go. Taylor is back out there. They've checked his car. So that's all good. Still got the oranges out. Marco's down there with Chris Cowling. We got a quick word with him.
Okay, so I'm here with the current 2NZ. Of course, the very fast and amazing driver. It is Chris Cowling. Chris, how you been doing tonight? I heard you were a big mover in your last heat race.
We did it. We shuffled back a little bit at the start there, but managed to make a couple of passes. So got close towards Malcolm and Richie there towards the end, but those guys were going pretty good. But not too bad. We're not out in the next one. We're out in the third heat, so we'll watch, see what these boys do, and try and work out what the track's going to do.
Nice. We got the lights are out at the moment, so we're going to go back racing, but we're going to come straight back to Chris Cowling, the current 2NZ.
Ingram on the inside, on the outside. Williamson in that beautiful Mustang. He won't hex him this time. Now we get a better start. Williamson this time, he keeps a little bit of distance between him and Ingram, who gets away. On the inside is the 51. He's done a good job of start two's Dobson. Now they get the gas on. Hammer down, it's Cook in the 77. He's coming from the back with a rush. He gets a bit of wheel contact with a 51. This is good racing. Up goes the wheel of the 69. He's sliding, rodeo riding for the 69 of Shearing. But out in front, Ingram. He's just put the bit between his teeth and gone. 15-3, first flying lap for him. Williamson and the Mustangs in second. Then we go back to Cook. Behind Cook is Dobson in the 51. Then it's Ross in the 46, Shearing in the 69, Halcrow in the 24. On the inside of Halcrow, Flood, who won the last one. He's got a big look up the inside as well. And there's the 5C of Night. There's battle going on between Flood and Halcrow. Halcrow's given nothing away. Flood, inside, outside, gives the back of the car a touch. Here I am, there I go. Flood makes the pass. But out in front, it's Ingram doing a good job on the 27S. Up comes the wheel of the 21T. The Mustang hooks up the left front. Hammer down, he says. I'm off in hot pursuit of Ingram. Then we go back in third. It's Cook in the 77G. Then it's Ross in the 46, Dobson in the 51, sixth will be Shearing in the 69. Then we go back to Flood in the 791, the 5 of Knight and the 24 of Halcrow. Battle's coming on at front though. Ingram, now he's under a bit of hot pursuit attack from the 51. Williamson, that Mustang, that 21, the 21T looking inside, outside of the 27S. North versus South Island. The North Island's under attack. Joe Ingram trying to hold the 27 together, but that 21T glistening in the lights here at Huntly Placemakers Speedway. Nigel Ross in the 46. He's coming from the back with a hiss and a roar. The powder blue 46. Spectacular colour for a race car. Ingram, he's slowing up quite a bit. His lap times are dropping off by 6 or 7 tenths of a second a lap. Williamson trying to find a way through. The whole field's concertinaing up. Ross though in the 46. He's having a go around the outside of Williamson. He's holding the gas down. Nigel Ross in the 46. What an outside pass. He's got the gas on. He's got a rush on. He's looking to go right around the outside of Ingram as well. Ross almost tags the wall. Same as Cook in the 77 coming out of Placemakers. 2 laps left to go. It's Ingram under some attack now from Ross. Ross in the 46 doing the high line pass through Placemakers. Oh, he's going to make it work too. Ross, what a pass. Right around the outside. Buffalo Girls go round the outside and Ross has just rounded up Joe Ingram, made the big pass stick. Cook's made a mistake in the 77. He's gone gap back a couple of places as they come down. Flood, he's going to follow through the 51 of Dobson. But Cook just has a bit more gas coming out of Placemakers, gets the spot back. Yikikai-yay. Nigel Ross, the 46, wins it. 15-1 his best lap time. Joe Ingram, the 27S for the North Island, will come home second. Then the 21T, Williamson, that beautiful Mustang's in third. Then the 51I of Dobson will be fourth. Then the 77G of Cook fifth. The 791 of Rob Flood won the last ones, come right from the back, got him way up to 6th place. 69I Shearing will come home 7th. Then the 5C of Knight, and then the 24W of Halcrow. Nigel Ross, though, the captain of the North Island team. The Holden Trade Club versus the HPE Automotive Services. South Island team, Ross just went out wide. He found some drive right on that cush. Then he just decided, I'm going ahead, and I'm going ahead in a big hurry. So So Ross just didn't button off. He came right up behind Ingram. There he is with the checkered flag. Nigel Ross has the win for the North Island. That beautiful powder blue, I think it's powder blue. Cool looking race car, the number 46. Captain of the North Island team. All done. We're going back down to the pits. What's happening down there, Marco?
Okay, so still down here with the current 2NZ, that is of course Chris Cowling. So Chris, just like we were saying before, how was your night going so far?
Yeah, it's going pretty good so far. Done the one heat race, so moved forward. I think we started off grid 5 there, went back a little bit, but made a couple of gains there. So ended up 4th, so which was all good. It's tight, close racing out. These guys, everyone's pretty fast out there tonight. The track's real racy, so see what we can do in the 3rd heat.
The season's been pretty good for you. Obviously, you've got the 2NZ without your brother beating you, of course, and Rolling Thunder up at the Springs as well worked out for you. No one seems to be able to beat you there. So how do you look back on the season for yourself?
Oh, this season's been phenomenal. I mean, Steve did a great job when we were here for the New Zealand title, and but yeah, we managed to pick up the North Island, the Grand Prix, and the Burger King Pro Dirt Series as well. So I've been a little bit greedy this year, but yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those years. We spent most of the time last year on the sidelines in a cast or the broken bones, so kind of made up for it this year, I guess.
So for everybody watching back in America on Speed Shift TV, just tell us a little bit about your car, what kind of chassis and body and motor and stuff, and what does this throw you back?
Yeah, so this is a Pro X2 chassis. It's one that we developed ourselves, space frame. It's running a LS motor in at 415. So I've got about, I guess, somewhere between 750, 800 horsepower, methanol. Yeah, it seems to do the bizzo out there pretty good. It's a lot of fun.
And of course the North and South Challenge is also happening tonight and of course tomorrow night as well, but just quickly, North or South for you?
Oh yeah, obviously North. We're from up here, but those South Island boys have got a really good team.
Right, I'm here with the 27S. That is Joe Ingram, mate. Tough battle out there with your captain behind. Did you just give in, or what do you do?
I didn't know he was there actually, but no, I struggled. My brakes sort of went a bit flat towards the end, so I was probably holding off a little bit. But no, he did well. It's a good pass.
What adjustments are you going to make for the next one, mate?
Still quite a lot of drive out there at the moment, eh? So probably not a hell of a lot, to be honest. I might just drop a few tyre pressures and just do a bit of basic stuff, and hopefully the track stays how it was in that race.
All right, better carry on. We're about to go racing out there, mate. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you, mate.
So Ministocks off and racing, we're away, and it's Mooney who gets the jump out front. So Mooney takes the lead in the 26V from Chase Jones in the 71. Ashton coming up, Caleb Ashton the 23, getting a big rattle on as he comes down into Placemakers. Xavier Martin the 22 down on the inside, looking for where's our quick man. There he is, Ryan Marshall in the 15s arriving on the scene. Up to 3rd place, Ashton out wide in the 23. Martin in the 22 makes a mistake. Ashton gets on the inside. Etten Hodgson in the 28. He's coming to play in the game too. Barker in the 63, Hamling in the 7. Look out. Oh, Xavier Martin, he's had a tag. Got tagged up by one of the cars. He's gone round. She's a mess down there in Placemakers. Ricky Hoitunga tied up in that mess as well. But Mooney, what a great start from the 26V. Has got the crank on. Oh, here we go. While we got the break, we'll do a quick update on some points too. Just for the shootout, so you know, 4 points was a win in the shootout, 2 points for the loss. So they go into the first round points. So the Super Saloons after the first round, South Island 126, North Island 120. And update from the second Saloon heat, South Island 221, North Island 123. So yeah, the South Island getting a bit of a jump in the Saloons over the North Island at the moment, 221 to 193. Graham Williamson, Billy Hickey, and the best looking Mustang in the world.
Best looking Mustang in the world, apparently, there, Graham Williamson. That's right, the 21 teammate. Very drivey track out there for you.
Oh, it's wicked, mate. It's unreal. I was just saying to the crew there in Tadachi that the car hasn't hooked up like that ever. I was having to throttle off to keep it on 3 wheels alone. I got on 2 wheels there a couple of times. It was just wicked. Yeah, I probably should have gone to the outside once I got on the back of Joe, but all those cars are fast, so it's difficult.
Can you tell us what adjustments you're going to make to the car for the next one to help with that sort of thing?
Well, honestly, we'll dial a bit out of it. Yeah, I don't know how, but we dialed a bit out even from the practice laps. It's just so darn drivey. It's a good complaint to have, I guess. So that's what we'll try and do. Try and just settle the car down a bit. Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Thanks for your time, and hopefully it's a bit more for you the next one.
No, thanks very much, Bill. Cheers. Thank you.
So Hoitanga, we get him off the track, we get the restart again, and Mooney gets the good start, goes around the outside of the 61, Burley. Look who's in hot pursuit. It is the 15 of Ryan Marshall. Then we go back to the 23R of Caleb Ashton. Car running without a wing. Little race car out of Rotorua of the Ashton Racing family stable. The 28.8 Ayrton Hodgson is the next one. With a name like Ayrton, you've got to come from a racing family. Then we go back to the 4.8. Keegan Van Lieshout in the 4H. Hamish Hamling in the 7 is next on track, but out in front. We've done 5 laps, half race distance. It's Mooney still has this race lead in the 26V. Down the back straight, but here comes Ryan Marshall in the 15H. Goes round the outside of the 14H of Coppacojoin. Closes that gap up, does Marshall. Mooney a bit slow out of 1 and 2. Comes down into Placemakers. He'll be chased down at the moment. Marshall knows this track backwards. Marshall gone right out by the wall. Mooney's running a good line as well. They're coming back up on the 64 of Adams. Behind Adams is the 21 of Brown as well, but now look at the gap. There's nothing between Mooney and the chasing Marshall. Mooney comes down. Is he going to go outside, inside? Looks on the inside. Marshall's going to slide in. He dives to the outside. Marshall's on the inside run. Marshall's going to take over the lead. Mooney's going to hang on. Marshall and Mooney, they touch side rails. Mooney has to get on the inside of the 21 Brown, but Marshall takes over the lead. Here comes Mooney in the 26. 2 laps left to go. What a ding-dong battle's going on. A little bit further back, we go back to the 23. Caleb Ashton under attack from the 4H of Keegan Van Lieshout. Then it's Hamling. He's in front of Buckrill, and 99B has got right up there. But out in front, it's Ryan Marshall, the 15H, down through Placemakers, doing a great job, comes out by the wall. A bit of a gap coming between. Mooney clips the wall. Shower of sparks come flying off that car. Second place now. Third is Keegan Van Lieshout in the 4H with 1 to go. But it's Marshall with a big handy lead. Ashton in the 23 trying to find a way to drag Van Lieshout back in. Hamling in the 7H is next. Then the 99 of Bucknell's there as well. But the race is done. It's up and done. Ryan Marshall, the 15H, has done it again. He's just gone through and cleaned this field up. Mooney in the 26V. What a cracking drive. Third place, Van Lieshout in the 4H, then the 23R of Ashton, 7H of Hamish Hamling, and the 28 of Hodgson. 23's Jet Williams is 7th, 63H of Baker 8th, 9th is Bunce, and in the 81B, 10th, 27H Jess Bird. Down in the pits, we've got some more interviews going on. These guys are working hard for me. Billy Hickey, let's go.
Alrighty, I'm here with the captain of the Saloon team. Having a few giggles there. Nigel Ross came away with the win in the last one. Good feeling.
Oh, awesome feeling. Awesome to be here at Huntly, and full credit to all the team that have put into the track, and Reid and his team and Steve Williams. It's just a pleasure to be out there to entertain our crowd. Wish there was more of you, so spread the word. We want to see a full stadium tomorrow night.
That's what we like to hear. Now, being captain of the Saloon, North Island Saloon team, was there a particular sort of a tact that you spoke to these guys about? Was there a bit of a goal for you guys, apart from just winning?
I definitely, there was so Steve's, obviously picked the team, and so we're also very grateful because it could have been anybody, so it's cool to be here. We had our 2 young fellas. We had Fletcher and Cam, and unfortunately, they've had engine trouble, so we were trying to bring in some new guys and hug them around some experienced drivers, and so that sort of was the North Island's team's sort of perspective, is just to help the future generations. Some of us guys are going to be retiring in a few years, so just spread that knowledge and that fun, and so we're still having fun. We've dropped 2 cars. Thank you to Danielle Halcrell's helping us out, and Cam will fix the head gasket tomorrow, so he'll be back in again tomorrow. So it was a bit disappointing to see a bit of panel damage out there, and so we're just sort of walking around everybody, so just chill out a little bit, They should have pulled the yellow light on probably, because it was a bit messy. Everything was everywhere, and they're still crashing on the infield, so just got to chill out a little bit. We want to bring 16 cars tomorrow night, and the last race would be the ultimate. 15. That'll be cool.
Seems like you're enjoying yourself, Nigel.
I'm having a great time in my car this year. Sort of come back to a car that responds to everything that I want to do, and I own the mistakes. But hey, thanks to Loveladies. There's a few Loveladies here this weekend, so that's good. And John Lovelady and Jackson's here, and I'm just really enjoying it. I race. I pick my meetings. Every second meeting, I'm running in club nights in Auckland. Every club night I can, and I don't know, the buzz is back. I was a bit flat there for 3 years, sort of trying after my dad had died. It's sort of, I don't know why I'm doing this, and I'm just having a great year.
Awesome, mate. That's really good to hear. And of course, mate, you wouldn't be here without your own personal sponsors on the car and all that. It's a fantastic looking Love Lady race car. Who looks after you?
Well, Ollie Stealth Engines, I just, that's his engine in there, and I just wouldn't be out there without that engine, and it's just fantastic. And obviously to John, big thank you to Ben and Caroline, my mum and Hayley are here, and Luke. And we're missing Peter and Kushla. He's our team leader, and they're away in the South Island. I think they're Skyping so they can watch it tonight, so live streaming. And obviously Ken Wash, all my business, and all my boys that have let me get away from work early today and tomorrow. Thanks for all your support. We're having a great time down here, and we really appreciate it.
Awesome, mate. We love to see it. Best of luck for the rest of the night.
Oh, yeah, mate. Hey, we're amongst great friends. You guys, everybody, we're all just having a good time.
Awesome.
Hanging out in Speedway.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Over to you, Marco.
Okay, a bit of a surprise to the entry list tonight. It is the 24W car. That is Ashley Halcrow. Long way to travel from Wellington for what actually happened in the second heat.
So I flipped my bird cage and then I got a puncher as well. So that was a DNF for me in that one, yeah.
You were just telling us before there's a huge competition or a huge race coming up, the Battle of the Sexes. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So I wasn't meant to race tonight. I actually came up for Battle of the Sexes tomorrow night over at Kiki. Basically, it's a group of girls from Saloons and Super Saloons and a group of guys. And basically it's just a competition between girls and boys who can get the most points, and we do it yearly, and yeah, it's quite a good meeting.
You're not a stranger to the class, of course, so you've been racing for 8 years now, so a young 20. How are you feeling in all this, and the rest of the night, of course, how's that going to go for you?
So I definitely love this class. It's a lot better than the Ministocks and stuff like that. I think that's my racing done for tonight. I think we only get 2 heats each. I'm not too sure. But yeah, no, this is a great class to run in. Really enjoy it.
Well, for the rest of the season, if there's more races for you, good luck, Ashley. And it's good to see you travel all the way up from Wellington here to Huntly Placemakers Speedway.
Awesome, thank you.
Have a good night.
Yeah, well, plenty going on down in the pits, and thanks to Marco and Billy and the pits crew for keeping everything coming through to me. Pretty cool stuff, eh? When Jace, I can say that my grandson from Aussie has experienced his first ever time of Speedway, and he's grinning from ear to ear, and he's been in a water truck, and he's met Steve Williams, and he didn't want to sit in a few car. He met some of the guys from the pits and got to do some things on TV. So yeah, I think family is all about Speedway, and that's one of the cool things in this world that Speedway 100% is. It's a family sport. You look at the Ashton racing team where Colin was racing, and then Lance, and now his family and kids, and the same sort of thing working with Red Wootton. Of course, the Wootton family, they're synonymous with racing cars around Huntly for forever and a long, long day. So it's really cool. So here we are, Super Saloons back on track. It's the Maiden Medal North Island team. Lance Jennings, team captain, 96A. Got the 95 Dixon down the South Island, the 27C. Love that car. Elliott did very, very well last time out. Brody Abramson in the 49 flat tyre, and he got that fixed. Hutchings had the win in the last heat. Ian Burson, the 3NZ, the Tony's Engineering, Debbie the Webster, Mike Pero Real Estate, Tate's New Zealand Limited race car, Suck It Up 19C, Malcolm Nartai. Of course, he's one of the big crew who are behind the pits media and making sure that we have all sorts of things going on here. All good to go. He gets the thumbs up from all the drivers. Jennings, the DJ Race Fuels 96 on the inside, the 3NZ of Ian Burson. I still think he's going to have a real big crack next year down in the South Island of that 1NZ Super Saloon title. He's always there or thereabouts. Matt Smith in the 19, Dixon in the 95, then Williams in the 21, Elliott in the 27, North, Abrahamson, Nartai, Hutchings and Bolton. They concertina up nice and slow. Burson on the outside with Jennings. Gets the go, and Burson nails it. What a start from Burson. He's just put the hammer down. Matt Smith on 2 wheels nearly as he goes round. Steve Williams has got the big start as well. So's Nartai mid-pack. Look, he's coming late. Bolton as well. He's not backing off. But the race at the front, it's the Burse. Ian Burson, Matt Smith on 2 wheels now goes Matt Smith. The hammer down. Burson down into Placemakers. Sets the 3NZ up and just doesn't back it off. 14 flat from Burson. 14.03, that is just crazy. 14.03 from Burson, smashes the lap record in his first flying lap. He's got angry. He's got more than angry. Smith, 14.7 from Smith. Then we go back to Jennings in the 96. Behind him is Paddy North. Then it goes back to Dixon in the 95. Behind him is Natai in the 19 and Elliott in the 27. Williams in the 21, then Bolton, then Abrahamson, then Hutchings. But Burson, 14.03.68, 3/10 of a second off the lap record held by Matt Smith. He's got all angry. Listen to the noise of that thing. He's wringing its neck. 7 laps left to go. Burson leads from the 19M of Matty Smith. Then we go back to Lance Jennings in the 96. Paddy North in the 46E is next. Then we go back to Dixon, the 95 from Natai, Elliott, Williams, Bolton, Abrahamson on the outside of Hutchins. North Island are getting a bit of a rowling and a toweling at the moment. Gone yellow. Must be something on the track. Big hunk of something's going. Natai, he's running naked. So Natai's got the top off, or the bonnet off. Will they let him keep running like that? They may not. It's only... So Natai, just under full noise. He was wringing the neck of that. Comes out. Oh, the bonnet's flown off all on its own. Gone up in the air. They've made him come to the infield. No bonnet. That car was going well too. Best lap time for him, 15 flat. But Ian Burson, the previous lap record was held by Matt Smith, a 14.30.97. Burson's just done a 14.03.68. Are we on for somebody to go under 14 seconds for the first time ever at this Speedway track? Burse got away from Matt Smith. Matt Smith had that car on 2 wheels at different times. We've done 6 to go. Burse is rolling a high line. He's right out by the wall. Matt Smith is that car's got so much drive. He's got wheels off the ground in the 19 when he was chasing Burson. Burson's been here not so long ago when he won the 3NZ title. Happy hunting ground. Just unbelievably quick. Lights out. Burson right out by the wall. He's going to cut the whole apex off the corner. There he goes. Chops down. Ian Burson, man on the mission, gets the gas on. Matt Smith can do nothing about that as Burson starts to pull away. Down through Placemakers again. He's put 8 or 9 car lengths on Smith already. Oh, the car's sitting on top of the ground, spinning its wheels. Smith in second, Jennings, then Paddy North. Then behind Paddy North, it's Dixon, Elliott, Steve Williams, Bolton, Hutchings, and Abrahamson. 14.6 from Burson that time around. He's the only person running that fast at the moment. Matt Smith's gone wide. Jennings has a look on his inside. Not going to live there. Shuts the door down. Now Smith's got a better line running. Running right out on the cush. He's got that car cranked up and flying. But Burson, he's probably got 15, 20 car lengths, almost the length of the straight on the chasing pack. 2 laps left to go. Burse lines up the back straight. Nunks another one off. He's backed off the go button. Matt Smith in the 19. Then we've got Jennings. Behind Jennings is North. Behind North is Elliott. Elliott and North having a good tussle. Behind him we go back to the 95 of Dixon and Steve Williams. 1 to go for our race leader, Ian Burson. That's a cracker of a run he's just had. He has just put the lap record to bed, to dead. And something else, Burson takes the win. As they slow down, so Burson for the South Island takes the win. Matt Smith in the 19 is second, then the 96 of Jennings is third, 46 of Paddy North is fourth, then the 27 of Elliott is fifth. 6th is the 95 of Dixon, 7th the 21 of Williams, 8th the 891 of Bolton, 9th the 53 of Hutchings, 10th the 49 of Abrahamson, and on the infield Malcolm Natai for losing his bonnet, but there it is, 2019 April, the 3NZ. Ian Burson has just mutilated the lap record by 0.3 of a second. That is just an amazing drive. He's got that car fired up and flying. So Ian Burson, the 3NZ, has just dealt to Matt Smith in his lap record like there was no tomorrow. Hello to all the people down Nelson listening. The Tates New Zealand Limited, 3NZ Design Art, Jack's Tyres. 3NZ is now the new lap record holder here at Huntly Placemakers Speedway. That has just monstered it like no tomorrow. 14.3 was the old lap record. It is now 14.03.
Right, I'm here with the 18K, that is. Chris Taylor, mate, you enjoying your night so far?
Yeah, no, it's been good so far, yep.
What do you reckon of the racing out there, good?
Yeah, track, we probably had the car a bit tight for the first one, but hopefully it'll come right in the next one.
It's fairly different sort of looking chassis here. What are you running?
Skinny built car, so yeah. No.
The best?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Good stuff, and of course you're racing out of Kiki as well, so it's good to represent the club as well as in North Island.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, good little track, I love it.
And you're happy with your teammates as well?
Yeah, we've got a couple out, so it makes it a bit harder, but it's the way it is.
Of course, mate, you wouldn't be here without your sponsors. A great looking car as well. Who looks after you?
Yeah, I've got Hydrolink, Megan Turbo, Satco, Rob Darm. Yeah, no, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here, so it makes it a lot easier.
Good stuff, mate. Get out there and enjoy yourself. It's great to see you here. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks. Awesome.
Whoa! Sam Lane gets a tank slapper going as she gets onto the gas. Kaylin in the 12S, the new car, gets a nice clean track in front of him. He's just going to roll around there. One to go for Kaylin. Whoa! He nearly cooks it up and throws it away. Sam Lane in the 19, just a little bit slippery. Cool young lady that can drive a race car very, very well. Does a lot of work here at Speedway on race nights as well, making sure everybody and everything is well and truly sorted. Kaylin 15.99 comes up against Paul Hodgson, the man who travels from Cadicat to race here at Huntly. Kaylin on the inside, Hodgson on the out. Oh, they touch. Oh! Hodgson just got into it early. Kaylin gets back up his inside. They're going to a bit of slippery, bit of whippery. Yeah, they're going to restart that. I think Hodgson got the early leap. Gave Kaylin a nudge as they came out. I think they'd crossed before the line. So will they let them rerun, or will they put the Motul sponsored 4H on the infield? Hopefully the lights will go out as they come up the main straight. Going to let him go. Restart Jason Kaylin, the 12S out of Stratford. New car just a few weeks ago. Paul Hodgson in the 4H. Loves his modified racing. Now the gas is on. This time Hodgson gets it. Gets around the outside, gas down. He gets a good line too. Better drive coming out of 1 and 2 for Hodgson. Puts 2 or 3 car lengths on Kaylin. Kaylin closes it up. He goes into Placemakers. Hodgson lines up the back straight. White flag, 1 to go. Kaylin can't do anything about Paul Hodgson at the moment. Hodgson gets the shuffle in, gets off the gas, almost goes Scandinavian flick. Down the back straight, he takes check it. Paul Ferguson, the 18R, comes out. He will do battle with the 4H of Paul Hodgson next. Shootouts for the modifieds. Big welcome to anyone listening to Pits Media. Great to have you along. There's a bit of speedway coming up tomorrow morning too. They're going to go green straight away. Hodgson and Ferguson. There's the green. Ferguson. He gets a good start on the outside, goes round the outside of Hodgson, so the outside line's the 1, but it's slippery as they go through 1 and 2 though. Hodgson closes that gap back up down into Placemakers. Ferguson's gone wide. Hodgson's trying to get up his inside. Ferguson shuts the door. Get out of here, he says. I'm hanging tough. Hodgson closes that gap up yet again as they come down into 1 and 2. Now into Placemakers for the last time. Hodgson fighting the wheel. Ferguson though, nice and tidy. Here comes fun and games. It's called Brad Lane. So Brad Lane, the 119. Kid's got some talent. Won the Silver Cup here, went down to Palmerston North the next day. Go, Gadget, go. Oh, Lane. That's just horsepower. Right on the gas, cuts down to pole. Ferguson goes wide, nowhere to go. Lane gets away, wheels up in the air. Down into Placemakers, Lane's not battling off. He's hardly using the front wheels for anything other than a bit of stability. Has to get off the gas a bit. Cooked it a bit much going into one. Straightens it back down into Placemakers. Easy peasy, thank you very much, lemon squeezy. Brad Lane takes that. Super Saloon points after a couple of heats. North Island 196, South Island 234. So here we go, Brad Lane on the inside, on his outside. We've got Hinton. Bang, go. Man who won the last heat, but Brad Lane, he keeps that pole line gas going. Just drives away from Hinton. So the 24 can't do anything about the speed of Lane. Hinton's just letting him go. Keep the car in one piece. Lane, he's not backing off anything. Lane comes out of Placemakers, sideways and ugly. 13.55 for Lane. First of the cars to drop into the 13.5 seconds. Kalen with the 15s. 14s for Hodgson and Ferguson. 13.55 for Brad Lane. Out comes Newton Gorge. Gorge on the outside, but Lane, just too much horsepower and go off the start. The high Q, 119. The Raceworks on the wing as well. Brad Lane has just distanced this whole field down into Placemakers for the last time. Lines it up. 13.25 from Lane. That is exceptionally fast on a hot lap. Then out comes Sid Ferguson, the 193. Lane and Ferguson going at it. So Marco's going to be talking to Ian Burson, the new lap record holder, after this next shootout down in the pits. Ferguson takes the inside, Lane on the outside. Couple of old young protagonists, these two. They've been going at modified racing for a fair while. They'll give each other nothing. In fact, less than nothing. Ferguson on the inside, Lane on the outside. Into Placemakers. Looking for a start. Gas on off Ferguson. Gives Brad Lane one to touch him wide, but Lane's having none of that. He's just on that cush, and that car is smoking. Lane wheels up through Placemakers, full wick. You're not going to catch him from there, Sid. Lane's just too quick. He's not backing off anything. There goes Lane, round he comes, up the back straight. Pow, 13.4. Brad Lane rounds those up in a big old hurry. Tell you who we've got though is the new lap record holder. He's cranked the dial up here at Huntly Placemakers Speedway. It's Ian Burson. He's down there with Marco, and he's talking about being the first man. Is he going to go under 14 seconds?
So yes, that's right. I'm down here with the Nelson Speedstar himself, current 3 and Z, Ian Burson. It's been a good night. You've picked up a couple of wins, including your pole shuffle. How's it feeling for you out there?
Yeah, no, it's a pretty racy track actually. Red and the team have done an exceptional job as usual, and two-line racing. It's got a bit of a burn there to hang your right rear tyre in and lean into it.
Just want to make sure these cars go past because I've got a bit of news for you. They're telling me out there you are the new track lap record holder here at Huntly Speedway, and you didn't just beat it, you smashed it with a 14.03. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's pretty outstanding, man. I'm only the driver. It's these guys that work on the car week in, week out to get it like it is, spick and span, and all the good gear in it. So yeah, it's a great achievement for the team, and yeah, I'm stoked.
Awesome stuff for the team, and of course that's what it's all about, is the whole team puts all the effort in it. It makes it all connect at the end of the night. The racing for the whole season for you though, how's it been?
Pretty fantastic really. We haven't had much bad luck really, touch wood. We've had a pretty good run, like no major damage, no major mechanical failures, and it's our number 3 this year, so we've got 3 here, and then we got 3rd in the GP at Miani on the way home. So 3 is our number this year, but we're happy with that, and we'll work on the other 2 next year hopefully.
Nice, and of course the sponsors that get you here week in, week out. Just tell us who they are.
We've got Brooks Auto Painters, Alama Race Fuels, In-House Developments, Tate's New Zealand, Design Art Science, AT Electrical, Oakley's Plumbing and Drainage, Tony's Engineering, Debbie the Webster, Mike Pera Real Estate.
So there you go, folks, the current 3NZ and the fastest man on the Huntly track. It is Mr. Ian Burson himself. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the night.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we're here to put a show on, so hopefully we're doing that.
Right, I'm here with the 24P, Martin Halcrow, mate. Good night for you so far?
Oh, yeah, it's not been a good one to start with, yeah. So, you know, we got a puncher in that last one and, yeah, to park in the middle. Doesn't do our team any good being parked in the middle.
Good to be a part of this event, though?
Yeah, it's an excellent event, you know. All these guys here, they're all good to race with and stuff like that, you know. So we've all been told no contact, so, yeah. My flat tyre was because of contact, but anyway.
That's ironic. Now, of course, you're out there racing with Bodie Abramson, Mark Hutchins, Lance Jennings, all those guys. You guys got a good plan together?
Yeah, I don't really know what their plan was. I didn't actually go over there to the meeting they had, but hey, we'll just run it. You know, you got to finish the races, and if we finish the races, we'll be somewhere close. You know, the heat races have been a bit here and a bit there. You know, so I don't know where the points lay on that one until they send out the grids for the feature. So then we'll know where we are.
Of course, after tonight, you can reset and come back fighting tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah. Tomorrow night's another deal altogether, so we'll see where we go on that one. Yeah, get this car to settle down, stop picking wheels up. It's never done it before in this whole season, and it's starting to do it tonight. So obviously we found some grip somewhere, and we'll have to change it now back to what it was, I think.
Okay, good stuff. Hey, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck for the rest of the night.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
Of course, we're here now with the 891C. That is Josh Bolton. Josh, that last race that didn't look too good for you. What happened?
No, well, we're going out there with a blown head gasket, so we didn't want to do too much. I was actually going to do like 2 laps pull off just to get points for the team, but the warning gauge didn't flash on at me, so we took a couple of spots off the North Islanders and then just pulled it down and drove around the bottom until the finish. It was really hot, and I don't think there was much water left in it, but.
Sounds like you're doing the job that they got you on the team for, though. That's the whole point. So the head gasket's gone, of course. That means you're out for the rest of the night, I'm taking it, but are you going to be back up there?
No, we're going to, we've filled it up again, and the feature's a bit longer, of course, but we'll try and get some points for the south and see what happens. If it starts, flashing and beeping and doing a hula, then we'll have to pull in, but that's the way it is.
So watch out, guys. Obviously a bit of excitement happening with the 891C car, but this man knows how to drive around any track. That is Josh Bolton. Good luck for the rest of the night.
Thanks, buddy. Cheers.
Thanks, Marco. Great to see Super Saloon points update. South 234, North 196. So South have that advantage at the moment. South 234, North 196. So PJ Ferguson, the 18R, writes his name down as Paul, but it is PJ. Thanks, Matt. And it is Gorge. Murray Gorge, and of course the Gorge family out of Taranaki. And that takes back to the Tony Galbraith Murray Gorge battle at Rotorua many years ago. I must have a bit of age on me if I can remember that sort of stuff, but another great heat coming out. This time we're back to saloon cars. Behind them, Chris Taylor, the 18K, and then there's that Mustang. Graham Williamson. Got a quick interview while I'm doing this. We're down in the pits. Matt Smith, the 19M.
Okay, so another one of the Mount Maunganui kids here, the 19M. That is Matt Smith. Matt, how's your night been going so far?
Yeah, it hasn't been going too bad. I think I might have gained a couple of spots in the first race and come from 4th to 2nd in the last heat. So yeah, just ready for the feature.
Yeah, getting ready for the feature. How's the track feeling to you at this stage?
Track feels all good. It changes a lot. It's quite drivey at the start and then slicks off a little, but it's going all right.
Of course, being a driver out of Bay Park, and Bay Park being one of the biggest tracks in New Zealand, what's it like to come down to one of these tracks here where it's a lot more smaller and tighter?
Yeah, Bay Park you just carry a lot more momentum. The corners definitely feel tighter. You sort of got to go in a bit slower to come out faster, I think. What about it, really?
And what about your sponsors, man? Who are your sponsors? Let us know.
Our main sponsor is Local Hire, which is in Thames. It's a family business, so yeah.
So there you go, driver of the 19M car from Mount Maunganui. That is Matt Smith, everybody. One to watch. He's getting ready for the feature coming up later on.
Thanks, Marco. Great work down in the pits from Billy and Marco, bringing interviews as often as we can to you from throughout the weekend. 69 on pole. Ewan Shearing. Nigel Ross in the 46 on the outside. Steve Williams in the 21. Of course, missing a couple of cars. Cam Roygard out with a head gasket. Matt Smith said, hey, the lap's starting with a lot of drive and it's starting to slick off a little bit as they get towards the end. Let's see if Ross uses that. Shearing on the inside. He gets a good start as well. Ross, he's going to have to stay wide if he wants to live out there, and Nigel Ross has to back out of a little bit. Steve Williams in the 21. Then we go back to the 7 of Murdoch. He's got some attack coming from Cook on the inside. Murdoch goes wide. Cook takes the place off him. But Ross, the 46A, he's got the angry bits on. Must be that bow tie on his race suit. He's taken over the lead from Shearing. Shearing into second. Then Williams in the 21. Holding down tight on pole. Shearing bounces through Placemakers. Here comes Cook. The 1NZ. He's going to do the high line. Shearing's got the wheels up. He's got 2 off the ground. Cook on the outside of Williams. Then we go back to the 7T of Murdoch. Then it's the 5 of Knight out of Christchurch, holding Ingram out in the 27. Then it's back to Taylor in the 18. Scouting in the 12 in front of my favourite Mustang, Williamson, in the 21. But Nigel Ross, oh, he's got wheels up. He's got all his wheels off the ground. That's not a good way to go around corners, Nigel, but he's going fast. He's opened up a fairly tidy lead over the chasing Sheeran in the 69. Then it's the 1NZ of Cook. Williams in the 21 is next over top of the 7 of Murdoch. So it's North Island, South Island, North Island, North Island, South Island, South Island, North Island. So it's a pretty even mix. Remember, the South Island's got the wood on the North at the moment. Nigel Ross, he's wanting a piece of this. 6 down, 6 to go. Ross has the lead. The battle really is for second between Shearing and the 69 and the current 1NZ of Cook. Shearing's running about a 2-car width off the pole line race through the corners. Cook's looking to try and get up the inside. Just not enough room for Cook to do that. So Cook's comfortable to sit behind. 5 to go. 4 this time around for Nigel Ross. He's really got that car dialed in and hooked up. Lifting the wheels up as he's going through 1 and 2. 3 and 4 and Placemakers even worse. Shearing's though still under attack from Cook. This is going to get interesting with 3 laps to come around. Steve Williams though, he's got Murdoch in the 7 all over the back of his Valvoline Mustang like a rash as well. Cook gets up the inside of Shearing through 1 and 2. Shearing closes the gate. Murdoch, late charge on side of Williams into Placemakers. Again, Williams, bit of cunning from a guy who's been around this track a few times. But still this battle down between Shearing and Cook. Cook's got him. Cook's got on the inside. He's forced Shearing wide. That's the end of the second place for Shearing. Brilliant drive from Cook. Shearing's been forced real wide. 1 to go. Nigel Ross, the team captain, got the points in the bag. Cook, the 1NZ. He's going to bank some seconds. Murdoch, though, he's under the charge on Steve Williams as they come out of Placemakers for the last time. But Williams is going to hang on. Murdoch in the 7. Finally gets Williams on the yellow. But Nigel Ross, the 46A, wins it. Cook, the 1NZ for second. Then we go back to 69, Shearing for third. Then fourth is the 21 of Steve Williams. Fifth, the 7T of Murdoch. Sixth, the 5C of Knight. Seventh, the 18K of Taylor. Eighth, the 12C of Scouton. Ninth, the 27F is Ingram. 10th, the 21T of Williamson. So that North Island 1 and 2 and 4. South Island 3rd, 5th, 6th and 8th. So Billy Hickey, he's doing the mileage down in the pits. He's talking to Ricky Bolton about that last race on his. Down to Billy Hickey in the pits.
Right, I'm down here with the 861D. That is Ricky Bolton, mate. Enjoying your night so far?
Yeah, Billy, loving it, mate. That track's awesome, isn't it? First time I run here, and it's quite a tight wee track. We ran at Cromwell a couple of weeks ago, super fast track. And then I thought this would be reasonably slow, but it's actually a quick wee track.
So you're having some fun getting out there doing it?
Yeah, we're pulling some wheel stands and having some fun and running with these the good South Island guys. You know, they all get on really well, which is really good because we're all quite tired. It took us, feels like a week to get here, but and it's good to run with these North Island guys. They're all hard case.
It's good to be a part of this event as well.
Yeah, it is. I really like supporting events like this, and it's about giving back to the fans, and they do. If it wasn't for them, obviously Speedway wouldn't be what it is today, and Huntly, well done to them for putting this on, coming up with the concept, and we're looking forward to supporting it in the future.
Good stuff, and fantastic, mate. You couldn't be up here without all your sponsors and all your crew and all that kind of thing. Who would you like to say thanks to?
BAT, Gypsy Royal Stud down in Canterbury. Obviously, it's a family business, and my wife and daughter, Angelie and Jasmine, they put up with all the hours and hours of travelling, do all the work on the car. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Awesome, mate. Well, thank you very much for your time. We'll let you get in the car and get strapped in, mate. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Billy. Cheers.
Okay, I'm down in the pits and I found myself a couple of Pirates, the boys from Woodford Glen. First up, it is the 19C car, Richie Taylor. Richie, finished second in your heat that you were out there. Obviously feeling good and nice speed out there as well.
Yeah, not too bad. I don't particularly like the 19C car. Malcolm can drive that one. I'll have the 58C. Yeah.
What about the season for you? How's that been going?
Yeah, we've been going along all right. We've had some really good runs, and then we've had some where we've been a little so-so, but we're just chasing set up all the time and trying to find some advantage. And yep.
Is there a plan of attack for the South Island team tonight up against these North lads?
Yes, win. Yep.
That's the main attack. Of course, second and coming home behind him in third, so we'll go over to this guy here because he's used to being behind him. It is Malcolm Ngatai. How's your season been going so far?
Yeah, getting better. Yeah, to finish behind Richie's actually a great achievement. You know, Richie's been a 2 and a 3 NZ before, so he's one hell of a driver. And if I can get anywhere near him, I'm over the moon. So yeah, I follow Richie a bit and learn off him and learn off his lines. We've got the same cars, so yeah, no, he's a lot of good fun.
They're going to come back to us because the pole shuffle's just up at the moment, but just take a look as Richie Taylor jumps into his car. That's how easy it is for these guys. They know what they're doing. The beast's about to hit the track.
So Ministocks pole shuffle just going on. They're randomly drawn. They've never done this before, and they just randomly drew some kids out to do a pole shuffle and see how life's going. Oh, now we're getting close on some of these saloon challenges. This is getting good. So out in front, well, look at this. It's Barker just in front of Keegan Bunce. They're going at it. Loving this for Ministocks. 2 on 2. It's a bit of pole shuffle. We've never done this before. We just randomly picked some Ministocks out of the hat, and this is the way they're going to run. There it goes. A pole shuffle's happened. Keegan Bunce, the 81. Good young fella too. Met him, came up last year and he came up to the Future Speedway this year. Just a really, really nice young guy. And his learning his craft in Ministocks, of course. So, Mum Claire. So next out, the 99. It's got some updated points as well. So the 99B, Jacob Buckrell. On the inside, the 63 of Caden Barker on the outside. So we get away. Buckrell gets the go on the inside, so he just forces Baker a little bit wide. Baker's having none of that, though. He's tucked right in behind the 99S. Good to see these youngsters just having a go 2 on 2. If the big cars can do it, why can't we? But he's got away. Jacob Buckrell. He's got well and truly away from the 63. Caden Barker. So he's going to come round. He'll take that. I'm loving the speed of the next car out. Kaylin Mooney. There's the win. So Kaylin Mooney, the 26V, driving exceptionally well tonight. First time I've seen this youngster drive. From the Mooney Racing Stables down in Wanganui. Looking forward to next year too for the New Zealand Super Stocks down there with Tony Stewart and Alan Buxton. Looking for a start. Mooney on the inside, Buckrell on the outside. So all we've got to do is Mooney's just got to get a good run and hold down on that pole line. Buckrell trying to get in. Mooney's having none of that. He's saying, this is my pole line. If you want to go round, you've got to go round the outside of me. Oh, he's got up the inside of him. Here's some problems coming down into Placemakers. Buckrell in the 99, holding the gas down. Mooney trying to run round the outside. Oh, Mooney with the gas on. What a drive on the outside. Side by side, they go down to 1. Mooney trying to get down to pole. Buckrell goes through. Mooney's going to go inside out. Gets the drive down as they head down to Placemakers for the last time. Great stuff from the kids. Buckrill in the 99. Mooney with the spin. Oh, hey! We're going to play tap to touch. Drag race down the back. Mooney's been given it. That's a good race, that was. Nothing vicious, nothing bad, just a little bit of push and shove and lean and cuddle. The 99, Jacob Buckrill, junior ranks as well. 23A, Jet Williams on the inside. On the outside, 26V of Caelan Mooney. Williams on the inner. Mooney on the outside. We've gone green. So Mooney looks to try and drive round the outside. Williams is just going to hold that pole line and hold it tight. Mooney's going to have to go right around the outside if he makes the pass. Side by side they go up the main straight. Mooney with a little bit more speed going down into Placemakers. He's later on the brakes. Williams has to just back out of a bit. Great drive from Mooney. That's classic, that is. Just holding your foot hard up a 1200cc car and just driving around the outside. Thanks for coming. Jet Williams, nothing wrong with what he's doing, but he's running a great line as well. But Mooney just too quick at the moment. Next out, it's going to be the 97, Jaden Dreden. He'll come up against Mooney. Away we go. Dreden comes out. Behind him's left the 22 of Xavier Martin. So out comes Dreden. Is he going to take inside or outside? Mooney, I think there's a helmet just showing above the top of that body in that 26V. Jaden Dreden in the 97. Straight away they get the go. Mooney on the outside. Dreden on the inside as they go down to one. Mooney looking to drive around the outside. Oh, he's got the run on as well. Dreden's going to come back on his inside as they go down to Placemakers. Down into Placemakers corner. Mooney has that little bit of a lead. Dreden has to slide in behind Mooney. What a drive. He's just kept his foot up it. He's not buttoning off at all. Here comes Dreden. Late on the go pedal down into one. Mooney drives around the outside again. Look at this. These are kids just 12 to 16. They're not giving it anything. Dreden has a go. Mooney's gone really wide. Dreden's going to come up the inside. Drag race down to the checkered flag. Who's got it? Mooney's got it. Mooney on the outside. I think they're still deciding. Dreden thought he might have, but I'm pretty sure it's Mooney that got it on the outside. They might have to run 3 cars. But looking by my ichrometer down here, Dreden, he got beaten by just a bumper. I mean, there was nothing in it. There was nothing more than a bumper. So Mooney is just holding his foot right up it, going right around the outside, and he's not backing off. So Xavier Martin in the 22 versus Caelan Mooney. This is good mini-stock racing. First time we've ever done a little mini-stock shootout for something different. 12 to 16-year-old kids. Xavier Martin on the inside in the 22. Caelan Mooney in the 26V on the outside. Oh, Martin's a bit close. He's gone right down by the pole. They've gone green. Mooney's just got the jump. Martin was a little bit tight going into Placemakers, and Mooney's saying, I'm having none of this, I've got the run on, and he's figured out a really good line, which is out by the wall and just not buttoning off, and there's no way he's going to button off. Down through Placemakers, up, down the back straight, straightens up the little 26V, and gone, he's wringing its neck. Nice wide corner, cuts in tight to pole, slides out towards the wall on the main straight. Down towards Placemakers corner for the last time. Caelan Mooney is going to win this little pole shuffle they've done for Ministocks. That's brilliant driving. All day long, that is just brilliant driving from the youngster. Holding his foot on the go pedal, running right around the outside. Thanks for coming. You can see a body and just see a little helmet. Can't see much underneath it. It's sitting very low. Thanks to those kids. Righto, down in the pits before the next race comes out, we've got Billy Hickey down there with Ivan Murdoch, the 7T, another one of our Scythe Allen guests.
Oh, we're ready to go, Ivan. That's exactly right. I've got the 7T of Ivan Murdoch right here, mate. We just got news that the South Island is leading. South Island, is on the Saloons is sitting on 288 points, and North Island sitting on 300. So you got a bit of work to do there, Ivan.
Got a little bit of work to do. It's pretty close though. I think it's probably closer than a lot thought it would be. So, yeah, no, we're happy with that.
Enjoying the racing out there though?
Yeah, mate. No, it's good. No, track's cool. Track's holding up nicely. Good, pretty. Most of the racing's pretty clean. Really good. Having a lot of fun.
And you're enjoying the car. The car's reacting well to the track tonight.
Yep. No. First time on here with this car. We raced here once before with our old car. But yeah, first time here, and really enjoying it.
Now, I learned a bit of history about this car. The car that Ivan is running with used to belong to a current 2NZ Super Saloon driver, that is Chris Cowling. So a former title-winning car, and hopefully another one in the books, eh?
Oh, you never know your luck. You got to be in to win, but it's certainly it's a cool car to drive, and the Cowlings are awesome people, and they provide us a heap of support and backup. So it's really cool.
Will we see you back up here for the New Zealand title next year?
We said no originally, but chances are you will.
Good. That's what we like to hear. Mate, it's a long way for you to come all the way from the South Island. We couldn't have done it without all your sponsors. A beautiful looking car, mate. Who looks after you?
Yeah, we've got a few that look after us. My company's Uppercut Firewood. They look after me pretty well. We've got Cromwell Collision Repair, who do all our paint, keep the paint looking good. Metro Graphics, keep our stickers looking good. Who else? We've got Cromwell Tyres, and I'm sure there's other ones, but Total Auto Electric, they look after our electrical needs, and my crew. Can't do it without my crew, my dad, my kids, and my wife. So I can't thank them enough.
Awesome, mate. Good stuff. Keep warm, mate. I'm sure you're enjoying that 2-layer race suit while I'm breathing dragon's breath. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Awesome. Thanks very much, man. Cheers.
Okay, so I'm with the driver of the 12C, that is Ardian Skelton. Of course, it's been a pretty good night for you so far. You can't complain too much. How's it feeling?
Yeah, no, it's been going good. We've the races, got some decent results, and yeah, just can't wait for the feature now, really.
Yeah, and the feature's coming up next. Where are you starting out on that one?
Starting off grid 4, so up the front somewhere, so yeah, we'll see how we go.
Grid 4 is going to be looking pretty good. So Woodford Glen's your normal track, of course. What's it like coming up here to Huntly and the difference?
Oh, it's a different track. It's caught us out a little bit with the setups, but yeah, no, we'll get there. We'll be okay, I think.
So a bit of an accent that you can all hear, everybody. So Ardian is originally from Holland, but you've been here since 2000, been racing these now for 6 years. What makes you love the saloons that you want to jump in?
Oh, just the whole speedway community, I suppose. I mean, everyone here is chipping in to help each other out if something goes wrong, and it's, yeah, just a good feeling, really.
Of course, not only your crew that make you get you here, of course the sponsors as well. Just tell us who your sponsors are.
Yeah, we've got Norwood Farm Machinery from Christchurch. We've got Marlboro Engine Reconditioners. It's Perry Moore, originally out of Oweka. And then we've got Glen 24/7. And yeah, they look after us pretty well.
Awesome. So starting from grid number 4 in the feature, Ardia, and good luck for that. And we'll just go over here. We've got the 28T driver. It is Barry Taylor right here as well. How's your night been going for you, buddy?
Not too good, but we're hanging in there.
Not too good? What's happened?
I just caught up in a bit of drama in that last race, so being a wheel, so had to go on the infield. So
we've got go racing now. We'll come straight back to you with a few more quick.
So here we go, it's Super Saloons and they're off and racing's early on, and it's Emo on the outside of Richie Taylor. They have a bit of a touch as they come out of 1 and 2. Then we go back to Paddy North, then it's Bolton, and here comes Chris Cowling in the 2NZ. Oh, he's got his angry bits on. Where's Burst, the new lap record holder? He's down the back, but he's having a big look anywhere. Oh, Abrahamson, how he didn't go over is beyond me, and he's carried on racing. Oh, I hope the TV's got that. I saw his whole bottom. Emo under attack though. Taylor gets up the inside of Emo. They swap a bit of fiberglass. Emerson shuts the door on Paddy North. Then we go back to Bolton in 4th. Cowling in the 2NZ. Steve Williams is 6th. Then the 27 of Elliott and Burston in the 3NZ. Back to Halcrow and Abrahamson racing at the tail. It's Richie Taylor, the 58C. Look at him go. He's got wheels up. The elbow's out. 8 laps left to go. Taylor cranks another one off. Paddy North trying to find a way round Brent Emerson in the 7. But Emo, he's been around this track a couple of times in his grey hairs. Oh, he's made a mess of Placemakers, but he shuts the nose off North. North can't do anything about it. Then we go back to Steve Williams behind Paddy North. Behind North is the 27 of Elliott, then the 86th one, 861 of Bolton. And Burson, man, was he late on the brakes going into Placemakers, and he's just ripped around the outside of Bolton like he was standing still. Cowling in the 2NZ, he's going backwards, as is Halcrow and Abrahamson. But a masterclass out in front, Richie Taylor, the 58C. Just simple and steady and classy. Brett Emerson in the 7 sits behind, well, a long way behind, but he's under some pressure from Paddy North in the 46. Steve Williams in the 21 looks inside, outside. But hang about, we got the 27C of Elliott. He wants a piece of this action as well. So Trevor Elliott not giving Steve Williams anything at the moment, but it's Richie Taylor, the 58C, with 3 to go. He's just distancing the field. Emerson, he's big, high, wide and handsome. Paddy North on that beautifully prepared 46E just can't get a break. Burson on the outside of Cowling. Cowling and Burson. Burson's running the high line. Cowling's running the low line. They're side by side. They're back in the pack a bit, but brilliant racing from these two. Respect and clever and skill. Burson goes back a bit. Cowling gets the run. 1 lap left to go though. Richie Taylor in the 58. He's got the money shot at the moment. He's got nearly the length of the straight lead over Brett Emerson. Paddy North in the 46. He wants a piece of Emerson, but he doesn't know how to go around him. Steve Williams is behind him. There it is, checkered flag's done. Richie Taylor takes it for the South Island. Brett Emerson, good drive from him. Holds out a charging Paddy North for third. 21H Steve Williams is next. Then we go back to the 27C of Elliott for fifth. Then the 2NZ of Cowling, the 3NZ of Burson in 7th, 861 Bolton in 8th, Halcrow in 9th, and Abrahamson in 10th. Geez, I hope the Pits media got that almost go over from Brodie Abrahamson. Of course you got it. Hey, also going to say big happy birthday to Dennis. He goes by the name Muddy. He's up there in the checkered flag bar. You're right up there, Muddy. They tell me he's the patron of the checkered flag bar, which is another reason for him. Probably he's up there every night first. So, Muddy, happy birthday. There he is. It is 58C. Richie Taylor, the Suck It Up sponsored, takes the win. We're going to go down the pits. We got Marco, and they're doing interviews everywhere for me. Have a listen to what the skilled people from the pits are doing.
You'll get more.
Okay, so I'm still down here with the driver of the 28T, of course, out of Cromwell. That is Barry Taylor, and of course it's your first time representing the team for the South Island. You must be pretty proud of that.
Oh yeah, it's a good opportunity to come up here as well to North Island, so yeah.
And they're telling me it's your first time in the North Island with this car, so you're enjoying yourself up here?
Oh yeah, yep. Hope it gets better. Yeah, well, I hope it does.
Yeah, call it a midlife crisis though, but that's a pretty good looking midlife crisis out there. A few years behind the wheel, of course, so how's your season been this year though?
Up and down with the new car. You're still learning how to handle it, set it up properly, so, but we're getting there, so, yep.
I can't hear you, Michaela, but they want to know how your pie eating is going lately.
Don't worry about that.
Tell you what, they got about 20 pies in their van, so don't worry about that either. The feature race is coming up. Of course, you said you were stuck in the pile up as well, but the car's all ready to go. The feature, so you're just going to give it all and put the gas down?
Yeah, yep. So you all go this one. So, yep, looking forward to it.
You look like an interesting man and a great guy to watch, so good on you, Barry Taylor. The driver of the 28T guys out of the very fast track that is Cromwell, representing the South Island this year. Good luck for the rest of the night.
Cool, thank you.
Right, I'm here with a 7M that is former champion Brent Emerson, mate. Second place in that last one, I think it was.
Yeah. It was a bit of a rush to get out there. They lined us up and I was way at the back and just came around. They said, right, you're going to go. So I just launched it, got Richie on the start. He got me back, I was probably a little bit just unsettled getting out there first. But anyway, a good race, enjoyed it.
Good stuff. Cruisy night for you, mate. I don't see any crew members hanging around and you arrive fashionably late as well.
Can I swear?
Nope.
Useless buggers. Yeah, well, I was supposed to turn up, but no one's turned up. So doing it on your own, I haven't done that for a long time. It's a bit hard, Yeah, but anyway, there's been a lot of people chipping, and John Lovelady and Jackson and a few others have come and give us a hand, so it's been good.
That's what Speedway is all about, mate.
Yeah, and I mean, my car's one of John's anyway, but he's here supporting the South Islanders, so it just shows you it doesn't matter who wins, it's just still having fun.
That's right, mate. And of course, mate, you wouldn't be here without all of your sponsors. Your cars remain changed for as long as I've been unchanged. Sorry, as long as I've been in Speedway, mate. Who looks after you?
Well, mainly my own business, my own pocket. But I got some good, Alpha Oils and Ralph's Auto Shop. That's my son's place. Who else we got? Sign Tint. He did a great job on the paintwork, and Phil Buckland. He's not helping me this year, but he's helped me for many years. So he's an ex-racer, so he knows what's it about. So yeah, it's got to have all those people to help you.
Awesome, mate. Thank you very much for your time as usual. It's great to be chatting with you. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Cheers. Thanks, Billy.
I'm really worried about Billy Hickey, though. He's putting a jacket on. Somebody said it's cold down there. You need to toughen up a little bit, Billy. Covering up the sponsors' logos when you're on TV. Great to have the Pits Media here wherever you are around the country. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to us joining us tomorrow night. Ministocks ready to go. The 14H Capricorn is on the inside. Rebecca Brown, and the 21H is on pole. Xavier Martin, the 22. Ayrton Hodgson in the 28. Then we go back to the 63 of Baker and the 97 of Jaden Dredden. Well, they're on the launch control, and they've got the gas down, hammer down, and they've I think they've pulled the kids into a couple of bits. Buckle and the 99's up the inside. They sort themselves out after the first corner, and it's Capricorn who leads out from the 28 of Ayrton Hodgson. What else could you be in a racer with a name like Ayrton? Jaden Dredden and the 97 going right up around the outside, and the 99. The 99B, Jacob Buckle out of Hawke's Bay. Then we go back to the 23A of Jet Williams, the 27 of Jess Bird, and the Kalen Mooney in this 26 has got this high line. It's a high line, all right. We're right out by the concrete, but we're not afraid to go out there and see and make it work. Keegan Van Leesch out in the 4s, working hard out there as well, as is the 63 of Baker, but new race leader. Ayrton Hodgson goes to the lead in front of the 99 of Buckle. And behind Buckle, Jaden Dredden and the 97. Hodgson's a bit push and shove and love and cuddle going on at the moment. 3 wide as they come down the back straight. It's Buckle that now has the lead. Jaden Dredden, the 97, goes up on the inside. Ayrton Hodgson does the inside out, tries to get the slider. Not going to work from there. Then we go back to the 14 of Capricorn. Then it's the 26 of Mooney arriving on the scene. Jess Bird and the 27's there. But new leader this time around, Jaden Dredden. And the 97's got the lead over the 99 of Buckle. Then we go back to the 26 of Mooney. What a drive. Come from way down the back of the paddock. Now up to third. Then we go back to the 28 of Ayrton Hodgson's next. Then the 4 of Keegan Van Leesch out. Jess Bird in the 27 gets all tank slappy. Capricorn in the 14 and Jet Williams go round the outside of Jess Bird as they go through one. Williams comes back. Barker in the 63 joins that little fray as well. But the race out in front, it's still going on. We got 4 laps left to go. Jaden Dredden has that lead. Buckle in the 99 is on the back of his bumper like a cigarette paper. Then we go back to the 26 of Mooney. Hodgson in the 28's next in front of Van Leesch out in the 4. Capricorn in the 14 is joining that little fray. Then Jet Williams in the 23A. But a little battle out in front. Jaden Dredden on the outside. Buckle of the 99B trying to get on the inside. Not going to live there. They both run a little bit wide, going through 1 and 2. Mooney in the 26 just can't close that gap. About 8 or 10 car lengths off these racing 2. 2 laps left to go this time around. Chloe Burley in the 61. About to be rounded up by these couple of Jaden Dredden and the Buckle. Buckle goes to go on the inside. Oh, they've got contact. He gets pushed wide. Buckle has some contact with Dredden. Dredden gets pushed a little bit wide, so Buckle in the 99 goes round the outside of Burley. White flag's going to fly this time around. Now Mooney's caught up to them. There's 3 of them with 1 lap to go. It's the 99B of Jacob Buckle has that lead. DR, Jaden Dredden, the 97 has the big launch control. There's only a couple of car lengths between these 3 cars. Dredden comes in hot and fast, gets into the back of Buckle, gives him a bit of a touch. Buckle pops out in front. Dredden holds on for second. Mooney almost gets up for that second spot. He ends up in third. Then we go back to Keegan Van Leesch out on the 4H's next, just in front of the 28 of Ayrton Hodgson. Then the 14 of Capricorn, 14H of Capricorn comes home in 6th. Then Jet Williams in the 23A 7th. Jess Bird in the 27H. 9th the 95A of Imogen Whitaker. 10th the 63 of Barker. 11th the 22H of Martin. 81B of Keegan Bunce comes home in 12th. 64H of Adams was 13th. 71H of Jones was 14th. 21H Brown in 15th. And Chloe Burley, the 61H, comes home in 16th. Good racing too. They're going to give the flag to the 99 of Jacob Buckle. Bit of willing stuff out there. There we go, it is back on track. It is Joe Ingram in the 27. There's that wonderful Williamson Mustang, the 21. Nigel Ross in the 46, Halcrow in the 24. Oh, Knight, the 5C out of Christchurch. What, that's got to be, somebody will tell me it's got to be part of the Knight family who've just done everything. I wonder if that's the hydroplane Knight racing family from down there. 28. Barry Taylor, talked to him just earlier. What a hard case he'd be. 7 is Ivan Murdoch, 77. Out of Gisborne, Daniel Cook, the 1NZ Ethan Cook. The 12, Scoutons, 18K Taylor, and Rob Flood in the 791E. Now Rob Flood, I don't know how you read his number. I think he's going camo or incognito or camouflage or something, but yeah, hopefully good number to read sometimes. Tomorrow night too, we've got F2 midgets. We've got 40 super stocks. We've got 36 stock cars. Plus we've got the completion of the North versus South Saloon Cars and Super Saloon Challenge. Plus plenty of things going on for the crowd as well. Giveaways and lots of things going on tomorrow night before the meeting. And of course, those of you that are out there listening in on Pits Media, great to have you along. It's always a pleasure to have these guys here. They have got better and better. Murdoch in the 7. He gets going, but a great start. Cook in the 77 gets a great start. So does Scouten on the outside. Murdoch drops into second place. Scouten, look at the shuffle of that car. Just out. Oh, Scouten, he's up on 2, one wheel. How that didn't roll is beyond me. He got it back down. I bet you part of his anatomy's doing 5 cent, 50 cent right about now. But he stayed on wheels. He's dropped to the back of the pack, and he's going to have another go. But out in front, it is Daniel Cook, the 77, from the 7T of Murdoch. Then we go back to the 1NZ of Ethan Cook. Chris Taylor in the 18K's 4th. Then the 51 of Dobson, just in front of Flood. Flood in the 791. Then Ross in the 46. Williams in the 21. Then it's the 28 of Taylor. Shearing in the 69. Halcrow. Williams in there in the 21. So's Knight. So's the 27S of Ingram, and Scouten's at the back. That car was hauling till it got up on 2 wheels. But we've done 4 laps, 16 to go. Cook makes a mess of one. That allows Murdoch in the 7 to close the gap right up on him. Down into Placemaker's corner. It's Ethan Cook in the 1NZ. He's having a big look on the outside. Not going to be able to live there for a minute. He's coming in late, but Murdoch driving a conservative, challenging race. He's looking for the mistake from Daniel Cook in the 77. Here comes Ethan Cook, the 1NZ late on the brakes into Placemakers. Hops up on the outside. Murdoch, though, just holds tough. He's running that car about a car width off the pole line, which is making it real tough for Ethan Cook to try and make any mileage in passing. Behind them, though, we go back to the 18K of Chris Taylor. He's about 10 car lengths back, just in front of Rob Flood, who's having a good drive, just putting that car in good spots. Nigel Ross in the 46, he's working hard. Then we go back to the 51 of Dobson, just in front of the 21T of Williamson. They've got the length of the main straight over Shearing, Halcrow, Knight, Ingram, Williams, Scouten's in the 28 of Taylor. 12 done, 11 laps, 11 to go this time around. It's still the 77G of Cook. Leads out nicely from the 7T of Ivan Murdoch. So he's just driving that car really clean and tidy. The 1NZ of Ethan Cook. He can't find a way past anything at the moment. Murdoch's just driving that car really, really well. So here we come. The North Island, they're into the tail of the field, and it's the first one they're coming up to is the 28 of Barry Taylor. Taylor, very gentlemanly in a North-South challenge, lets him through. He's going to let Murdoch through as well. Then with a bit of luck, if he sees what's coming, if he nicks down now, he'll shut the gate on Ethan Cook, but he doesn't. He lets them go through. So Taylor lets 4 cars go through. The 77, the 7, the 1, and the 791 of Flood. Chris Taylor in the 18K, Nigel Ross. Not too much change at the front. We got 8 laps, 7 laps now left to go. It's the 77G of Daniel Cook. Murdoch problems for the 1NZ. He's lost a couple of spots. He's gone and had a bit of a nightmare. Chris Taylor's rounded him up as well. So the 1NZ of Ethan Cook, car's gone off song a little bit. He's lost 3 places. 5 laps left to go. Your race leader is the 77. Daniel Cook gets up on the inside of Scoutons as they go down into 1. Scoutons, yeah, good stuff from Scoutons. Realised it's a North Island car. You're going to have to go round me because I'm not letting you go on the inside of me. That's bringing the field back together in a hiss and a roar. Ivan Murdoch. Then we got Rob Flood in the 791. And Floody, he had a great drive earlier on. Things are happening out here. Cook, he's going to have to go to the outside. And he's right out wide. Oh, here we go, Murdoch. Murdoch's going to come through. Scoutons, he's making a gap for Murdoch. Cook gets on the outside of Murdoch. He takes that spot back. Now he goes round the outside of Scoutons. Oh, contact! Scoutons and Cook up in the air. Over the top of Cook goes Scoutons. Cook's damaged. That's ripped out the left front wheel. So that's put the 7, Ivan Murdoch, into the lead. We're going to have to go yellow. That car's sitting on the track. 2 to go. They're leaving it out there. They haven't gone yellow. That's going to be in a real awkward spot. I'd say they probably can't see it from down in the referee's box. They're still running green. Ivan Murdoch, the 7T, he's got the lead, and look who's got for second. Rob Flood's come from nowhere. Mid-pack, he's cranked his way all the way through. South Island 1-2. So the 7T of Ivan Murdoch wins it. The 791 of Rob Flood comes home in second. Then it's the 1NZ of Ethan Cook from the 18K of Chris Taylor. The 46A of Nigel Ross is 5th. 6th is the 21T of Graham Williamson. Then the 7th, the 51 of Dobson. Then the 69 of Shearing and the 5C of Knight. So we go South Island, North Island, North Island, North Island for 3, 4 and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9 belong to the South Island. 10th is the 27S of Ingram. 11th, the 21H of Williams. 12, the 24A of Halcrow. 13th, the 12C of Scoutons. 14th, the 28 of Taylor. And 15th, the 77G of Cook. Cook and Scoutons had a big coming together as they came through Placemakers. Scoutons went right across the top of that as they got tangled up. They came back down, but wow, Murdoch, there he is, Ivan Murdoch, the 7T. The Uppercut Firewood Cromwell Collision Repairs sponsored race car takes the feature win, 20 laps. And Rob Flood, the 791, takes second. That was a high, wild, handsome type of drive. But Scoutons, right, geez, I hope that Pits Media might have that thing. There he is, Ivan Murdoch. Put your hands together, folks, but hopefully going round we'll see what happens with Scoutons. There it is. On the, Scoutons, he was on one wheel. The only wheel on the ground was the right rear, and he hooked that back on the ground. That's great stuff from the pits. And look at this, they're just bringing up the last contact there, Scoutons. He drifted a little bit wide, he got stuck in the wheel, up and over the top of the 77. In fact, he went right over, that was a big effort. He got airborne, Scoutons came down with a big land. So as they came into the corner, Scoutons was on the inside, Cook was on the outside. There was a bit of contact coming in the corner. There was a bit of push as Scoutons was drifting, caught the side of Cook, wheels tangled, and there was only one thing that was going to happen from there, and that was going to get ugly. And Scoutons, that car's had 2 almost rolls in one heat. Murdoch took to the grass on the inside, and that's where Rob Flood got the split as Chris Taylor and the 1NZ of Ethan Cook also had to dive to the infield.
Right, I'm here with the 1NZ, that is Ethan Cook, mate. 3rd place in the North versus South feature, mate. Must feel good after a bit of a tough start to the night.
Yeah, no, it's good. We're struggling in that feature with a bit of a setup. We had the car a bit loose, but 3rd place is awesome.
Good stuff, of course. Unfortunate to see your brother Daniel involved in a rather unfortunate incident. You managed to skate around it, though.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. I mean, we're here for a fun event, you know. The South Island boys stated that they were here for a fun event, but it's definitely not that for us anymore. I mean, the same car's ripped off that bumper twice now. I mean, he's just rode over the bonnet again. It's not what we're here for.
It's been a long night for you guys then, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, my incident was just all by myself. I'm all right, but, you know, he's been in the wars, so... I'm sure we'll manage to get it back out for tomorrow.
Awesome, mate. Of course, you wouldn't be here tonight without all your sponsors and crew, mate. Who would you like to say thanks to?
Just big thanks to the crew tonight. We got Sam, Phil, Craig, John and Sue, my dad, Daniel, and we're a pretty good team, mate. We're pretty, we have a lot of fun here.
Awesome, mate. Well, thank you very much for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you both out there tomorrow night.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
Okay, with second place in that one with a great drive, that was Rob Flood. How did that feel after that one?
Felt really good, Super happy with the car. I was a little concerned going into it. We're struggling with a tight car all night, but if anything, it was a little bit loose in that race, which you can cope with.
Awesome. So you'll obviously go home tonight, get ready for tomorrow. Any major plans for the car?
No, just a general going over, a bit of a tidy up and lube up and whatnot, make sure the bolts are tight and change a couple of tyres, and we're back tomorrow.
Yeah, the racing looked really fast out there. The track obviously pretty good for you guys this evening. So nice drive, second place tonight. Well done, and we'll see you here tomorrow night.
Thank you very much, mate.
Just before we go, your sponsors, throw them out.
Yeah, Love Lady Race Cars, Repco Blenheim, Penrod Oils, Radiator Services, Mag and Turbo, and One Stop Brake and Auto.
There you go, everybody. Second place, that is Rob Flood.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Marco. Here with the race winner, that is Ivan Murdoch. Mate, you come up here and you've won a race, but we want to go and watch those supers. Quick few words.
Yeah, mate. No, that was awesome. Didn't think we were going to get it. Dan was going pretty good, but obviously he got tangled up with the back marker there, and but lucky to be right place, right time, and pretty stoked. Clean race, and the track's cool. The track's going really good.
So I think you'd definitely be back for the champs next year.
Yeah, pretty hard press not to, probably, I'd say, mate. So we will be.
Good stuff, mate. Well, congratulations on the win once again. We look forward to catching up with you tomorrow night.
Awesome. Thanks very much, and thanks to you guys for doing what you do, because it's getting it out to everybody that can't be here, and it's awesome for Speedway. So awesome. Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.
There he is, Billy Hickey down with the race winner. Great drive too, eh? Loving that. He's going to be back here next year for the New Zealand title. Brilliant stuff. Here we go, mods. It's Brad Lane on the front, Sid Ferguson on the inside, Newton Gorge, and the 24 of Hinton. Mods, not a lot of them, but a good show on though. Here we go, 12 laps. Brad Lane wicks the wick out and he goes round the outside of Ferguson. Hinton out wide in that Massey Ferguson car. Newton Gorge in the 21. What a pass up the inside. Gorge just held his foot up, but Hodgson in the 4 has gone out to the wall. But Brad Lane, first flying lap, hits the 15.8 and he's ripping away from this field at the moment. Sid Ferguson in the 193. Then Newton Gorge sits in third place. Behind Gorge we go back to Hinton, the Stratford 24S. Then it's PJ Ferguson in front of the 12 of Jason Kalin, Paul Hodgson, and then we got Sam Lane doing a great job in the mod. It's the first time she's raced this year and she's doing good stuff, running 15s. 13.4 from Brad Lane. He's got that mod, he's got the wick turned up and he's running away from this field. He's just tearing the place apart. 13.4, 13.6. Lane is just keeping that hammer down, the gas going and the car going forward. Sid Ferguson in the 193 sits in second. Then it's Newton Gorge in the 21S. Behind him we go back to Hinton in the 24. Then it's PJ Ferguson, Kalin, Hodgson and Lane. But Brad Lane, just all class at the moment. He is just dialing lap after lap after lap. 193, Sid Ferguson. Now about half the length of the back straight. Oh, big tangle up there. PJ Ferguson in the 18s turned that car up. Have to go yellow, and we do. So Brad Lane opened up a big lead. 2.5, 3 seconds he'd got. 5 laps to go out of a 12-lap feature. Sid Ferguson second. Then we go back to Newton Gorge. Then the 24S of Carl Hinton. 18R of PJ Ferguson. He's spun up. And it's Jason Kalin, the 12S. Paul Hodgson. So PJ has gone in too hot into one. Cooked it all up on his own as we go to the pits media replay. Just went in a little bit hot. The back let go. Down at the Placemakers, Brad Lane, Sid Ferguson closes up. Going to have a fly at him, but Lane just puts that car in a good spot. Oh, Ferguson nearly puts the thing over. Goes up on 2 wheels. Loses 3 or 4 spots. Gorge goes through. Hinton goes through. So does Kalin. Sid Ferguson had a big crack down into one. Went wide, got some big grip, and it nearly put the car on its lid. He backs out of it. 4 laps to go. Bradley Lane. This kid's got some talent. He just needs some luck when it comes to New Zealand titles. Newton Gorge, immaculately looking 21S, sitting in second place. Third place will go back to the 24S. Carl Hinton, he's just in front of the 12S of Jason Kalin. 2 to go this time for Lane. Lane's just backed out of it, taking it easy. Still running high 13s, which is quick around any track, no matter which way you look at it. Lane gets the white flag. He's got the length of the main straight, lead over the second place Newton Gorge. Then it's the 24 of Carl Hinton in front of the 12S of Jason Kalin. Sid Ferguson in the 193 from Paul Hodgson and Sam Lane. Checkered flags done and dusted. Brad Lane takes the feature for the mods. 13.48, quickest lap time for him as he went round. Second place, Newton Gorge. Third place will go to Carl Hinton, the 24S. Super Saloons out on track for their feature tonight. Great to have them along. Here we go. What a wonderful race meeting it has been tonight. Oh, I just love you, Jason, so much. Huntly Speedway commentator, brought to you by Rodney Rectimiano. Thank you so much, you're wonderful. Elliot and Emerson, 27C and the 7M. Looks like that they may have the front squeeze on this. Then we go next to 2. Look at this 2 for a second row. 2NZ of Chris Cowling, the 3NZ, a new lap record holder, Ian Burson. Then we go back to Hutchings in the 53, North in the 46. Taylor in the 58, the 19M of Smith. Abrahamson in the 49. Then we got Bolton in the 891. The 861 of Bolton and the 24P of Halcrow. 21H's Williams in the 19C, the Suck It Up car of Malcolm Natai, one that lost his bonnet last time through. Jennings, team captain of the 99 and the 95 of Dixon. 20 laps, Super Saloons, the big feature. The last race of tonight before we get all cranked up for tomorrow night as well. Big night up here as well. 40 Super Stocks, 35 stock cars, midgets, Super Saloons, saloon cars, fireworks and all sorts of things going on throughout the night. Emerson, the 7M. He's high, he's wide, he's handsome when he races. He gets out by the wall. The car is always sideways. That's the GOAT's racing style. Emerson on the outside, Elliott on the inside, and they get the go. Emerson, what a start from the GOAT, but Elliott gets up the inside, he comes back at him. Burson gets on the outside of Cowling, and up the outside of North, here comes Hutchings in the 53. Burson gets down onto that pole line, but Elliott has the race lead early on. Emerson backs the field up a little bit, not quite getting the slide he wants to. So Burson, he's going to go the outside. Oh, Burson, how he hasn't rolled. Oh, he's come back down. He's on fire as well. Burson's got a fire in the car. Crash Cruiser out there, flat stick. Burson round the outside. He got that much grip. The car just launched up into the air, came down on its wheels, then it right turned and hit the wall real hard. Fire coming out from under that bonnet, but Burson, the 3NZ, he went in hard, he went in tough. Trevor Elliott, the 27C, the Christchurch visitor, he has the lead over the 7M of Brett Emerson. Emerson struggling. Ian Burson out of the car, looks back, walks to the infield. You're right, Burse. He's crying, crying eyes. You're the man. Good to see you, Mr. Burson, lap record holder, the 3NZ. Walks to the infield. He's had a moment. Got 19 laps left to go. He slows the whole field up. Now he gets on the gas. So he's just going to hug down on that pole line. Going to make it hard for Emerson to try and find a way round. Emerson loses a bit of ground. Cowling closes that gap up, as does Hutchings. Matt Smith in the 19. He's going to do the round the outside. Paddy North looking as well. But at the moment it's South Island, North Island, North Island, North Island, South Island. Abrahamson, he just rounds up Nartai. Nartai made a bit of a mistake going down into corner 1, but he comes back with 3 wide. That's not going to work. Halcrow on the outside, Abrahamson in the middle, and Nartai on pole. Somebody had to back out, and it was Halcrow. 3 wide on the back straight. You don't do that with Super Saloon sideways here. But he's checked out the 27C, Trevor Elliott. He's got the length of the straight lead over top of Emerson. Emerson's got Cowling looking inside out, looking for a mistake from Emerson, but Emerson, Paddy North. Oh, North gets a great slide up underneath Matty Smith in the 19. But it's a one-horse race at the moment. The 27C of Trevor Elliott. He's done and dusted. He's got the length of the straight lead over Emerson. Emerson's holding Cowling up. Cowling doesn't want to go inside or out. He's got Hutchings in behind him. Hutchings got Paddy North. Paddy North looks on the inside. Hutchings closes the gap. Matt Smith in the 19. He's looking for a way through. There's nothing there. Cars are running 14s. Trevor Elliott. This guy's got something on, and whatever it is, it's working for him. 12 laps left to go. He's got the big lead. Gone yellow. .861 of Bolton. The 96, the Lance Jennings. He stopped down here right under the start-finish straight. He's hit that wall good and hard. The left front wheel's pointing in a direction it shouldn't be. Elliott, though, 27C. This guy has got the wick turned up. He's learned the track in a hurry. And he's doing everything spot on the money at the moment. He had a length of the straight lead over the 7 of Emerson. Emerson bouncing through the corner. Cowling looking inside and out. Just can't quite get that pass on Emerson. Gets on his inside as Emerson drifts. And Emerson just drops back down on top of him. So 13 to go. 27C. Said he hasn't seen the track before. Well, he's seen it now, and he's got it dialed in pretty damn well. Hutchings in the 53. He's big and wide. The big methanol flame out the side of that car. And the 891 of Bolton in front of the 21 of Williams, the 24 of Halcrow, and the 95. Away we go again. So the 27, Trevor Elliott, very carefully getting his first lap wound up. Just sitting down on that pole line, telling Emerson, if you want to go, you've got to go wide. This car's got some serious go forward as that 27. Puts a couple of car lengths lead on him. Matt Smith, he's looking for an outside line on Paddy North. Malcolm Nartai's in there. Smith's on the outside of North. He's round the outside. He's having a look. He's got his foot hard up the pedal. Malcolm Nartai saying, you go out there and make a mistake. Hutchings cuts down across the front of North. Nartai, he gets up the inside of North. Smith tries to go on the outside. We're back to 3 wide. Nartai, he's gone over the front of North. He's picked up Paddy. Richie Taylor's gone in there. So's Abrahamson and Smith. Yo, wiki-IA. Nartai tried for the slider underneath. He almost had it happen. He was there or thereabouts, and then he got a catch up with Paddy North. North and Nartai came together. They did the big hoop-de-loop. North's retired. He's gone the infield with a flat left front. So Nartai on the inside. North's gone a bit wide. Nartai tries to drive through underneath. They get the contact on. The touch. Nartai just goes straight over the front clip of North. Launches into the air. Richie Taylor takes avoiding action. Abrahamson and Matt Smith come together. So the Suck It Up 19 drove across the top of Paddy North's car. Matt Smith in the 19 drives away. He may keep going. We've got 10 laps left to go. Abrahamson fires up the 49. 11 laps left to go. It's the 27C of Elliott. He gets on gas again. Hutchings in the 53. He's sliding that car. He's got the car going, drifting well. That's allowing Matt Smith to have a look. Here comes Ngatai's gone in hard and fast. Richie Taylor's just gone straight underneath him. So Ngatai couldn't haul the car up going to Placemakers. That's lost him a spot. But out in front, it's still Elliott. He's driving a clever race. He's putting this car in great spots. 14.6. Quickest lap of the race for Elliott so far. Then we go back to Emerson. Emerson's probably got 8 or 10 car lengths to catch Elliott, and about 8 or 10 car lengths lead over Cowling with 8 laps left to go. Hutchings, he's under a bit of pressure from the 19M of Smith. Then it's Richie Taylor, Malcolm Ngatai, Abrahamson, Williams, Halcrow and Dixon. I don't know what Trevor Elliott's had for lunch today, but he is just driving away from a very classy Super Saloon field. They're all battling mid-pack. Hutchings, Taylor, Smith and Ngatai, Abrahamson and Williams, but Elliott's just disappearing with 6 to go. Emerson, I think he's given up the chase and he's just trying to keep Cowling out. Richie Taylor, he loses a spot to Ngatai. Ngatai tries to get on the inside side of Smith. So Ngatai's running a really tight pole line drive, just sliding up underneath on the inside of Smith. Smith shuts the door on him. Ngatai has another go on the inside, has to get out of that as well. Four laps left to go. Trevor Elliott, the 27C. He's got 3 seconds over the chasing Emerson at the moment. Track's gone away from everyone but Smith. Smith on the inside of Hutchings. That's a great pass from Smith. Ngatai follows through. Taylor follows through. Hutchings just sort of got hatch-matched and dispatched as they went up the inside. He just got barged wide. Couldn't live there no more. 2 to go. Woe to go lead for Trevor Elliott, the 27C. What a cool drive. White flag. Down into Placemakers for the last time. It's the 27C of Trevor Elliott. Rack and stack, he's taken the flag. Emerson will take second, Cowling third. Matt Smith will come home for fourth. Found a Ngatai in the 19, Taylor in the 58, Hutchings in the 53, Abrahamson, Williams, Halcrow and Dixon. But Trevor Elliott, what a drive from the 27C. He's taken the win. 27M Brett Emerson will be second, 2NZ Chris Cowling third, 19M Matt Smith will be fourth. The 19C of Malcolm Ngatai comes home fifth, then the 58C of Richie Taylor in sixth. Seventh is the 53M of Mark Hutchings, 8th the 49M of Brodie Abrahamson, 9th the 21H of Steve Williams, 10th the 24P of Martin Halcrow, and 11th the 95T of Owen Dixon. Sitting on the infield, Paddy North in the 46, Bolton in the 891, Jennings in the 96, Ricky Bolton in the 861, and of course Ian Burson in the 3NZ. But there's your checkered flag and your winner. That's our race meeting for the night. The win has gone to the 27C. Trevor Elliott, all the way from Christchurch. He's done it for the South Island. He's done it well. He got away. He leapt and strapped the field, and he cranked through for 14.5 was his quickest lap times, and he maintained that lead right through the whole thing.
Okay, down here with a very steamy Chris Cowley, but third place in that one. How did that feel?
It wasn't too bad. I think we missed it a little bit there. Track went off a lot more than what we probably counted for with the car, but the guys in front did a really good job, Trevor and Brent. So we just kind of stayed on the bottom there, banked some points tonight. So didn't know whether to try up top or not, but didn't see anyone, so I figured we'll just stay there.
Yeah, it did look like everybody was sticking down to the bottom, but a great little battle in the beginning of the race between you and Brent Emerson. And then everybody just started to pick up speed up the front. So what happened for you there?
Just as the race got longer, I think the car just kind of wasn't tight enough for me, so couldn't quite get the drive that I was looking for. But yeah, had a really good battle with Brent there, and then Ian Burson, he showed, he saw that thing go up on its side on the corner there, so I wasn't too keen to go up there after that.
Yeah, of course, only night number 1 though. Of course, night number 2 tomorrow. So obviously the car's feeling all right. Nothing wrong with the car. No many major plans for you when you go home tonight.
We'll just put our thinking caps on, see if we can do a little bit better tomorrow, get some more points for the team. But it's still a good night, still in one piece, so that's the main thing.
Awesome stuff. Before we go, Chris, just throw us out your sponsors there.
Yeah, sure. Pimapine, Tauranga ICM, ProX Chassis. Who else we got on here? Tune Up Automotive, Valvoline, Base Up, Mix Up, Fortress Fasteners. I think that's all of them.
So there you go, folks. Like I said before, remember that name, Chris Cowling. Third place tonight in the feature. Congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Righty, I'm here with a 7M that is Brent Emerson, second place in that heat, mate. You'd be very happy with that.
Yeah. What was the feature, actually? But, more than happy. Got a good, obviously did the work in the heats to get up to start from the front. And Trev got me back. It was a bit slippery in that first turn. It sort of caught me out. Otherwise, I think I could have almost stayed there, And his car, I could see his car going off at the end. Mine was it was better, but I sort of stuck with him a lot better. I'm more than happy.
Not bad for a man running solo tonight, eh?
Yeah, I reckon. And I haven't driven the car since probably the Champs just after. So it's been sitting in the shed for 3 months, and I've been doing other things, jet skiing and biking and stuff. But the old John will be happy. The old love lady, probably the oldest one out here at the moment, went out and did the business. Yeah,
good stuff. So reset tonight and come back tomorrow with a crew, hopefully as well.
Yeah, well, there's pretty much just wash it, and I hit the wall earlier in the night in the back, but I mean, they'll might as well leave that because it'll probably happen again, hey?
Good stuff, mate. Well, it's great to see you back out here at Huntly and coming second place as well. And of course, mate, as usual, you couldn't have done it without your sponsors. Who are they?
Yeah, me. No, just all the Alpha Oil and Novus and Tint. What is it? I can't even remember the guys.
Sign Tint.
Sign Tint. Yeah, Craig at Sign Tint. Phil Buckland and my son's garage too, Ralph's Auto Shop. There you go, Rotorua.
Go and get some sleep, mate. You need it. Congratulations, second place once again, mate. Well done.
Cheers, Billy. Thanks very much.
So I'm down here with the winner of that feature, the Elliott Scaffolding number 27C, Trev Elliott. Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks very much.
One thing that you look like you had that everybody else didn't was speed. Definitely that car was way out in front of everybody else through that race. So how did it feel?
Oh, well, you don't know how close to behind they are, so I was actually thinking then I just need to go faster and faster and faster. Yeah.
That's night number 1 all done and dusted. What are you going to do for night number 2?
Well, it's my first night here, first time I've ever raced on this track, so in all fairness, we've been chasing the setup for it and getting that front grid and the setup that I put on, or what we've been working on all night. We're pretty close, so we're going to probably run with that tomorrow night and a little bit of other stuff here.
First time here at Huntly Placemakers Speedway, so that's definitely the way to do it. Congratulations. First place, everybody, the 27C car, that is Trevor Elliott. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, gents. Well, that about wraps it up here from Huntly. An exhilarating first night of racing there, Marco. What do you reckon? What do you reckon of these Super Saloons and Saloons?
Yeah, the good thing about the Super Saloons and the Saloons is you can never tell who's actually going to win. The racing is so intense and definitely fast, so it's always good to watch. The action is definitely here plenty. You can definitely count on that.
And can you tell the difference between a Super Saloon and a Saloon now, Marco?
Yeah, I can now. I've learned a lot, and I can tell you I'm starting to fall in love with these cars. It's definitely good stuff. So this is only night number 1 though. Night number 2 coming tomorrow. So if you've got nothing to do, this is the place to be. Huntly Placemakers Speedway, Billy Hickey of course, and the team with the pits.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight from myself and Marco Johnson Hadley. It's been great to have your company. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, 5 o'clock sharp. But thank you very much for tuning in to the Pits TV.